fucking scary, especially if they land Mercedes in first
What is
part of the
going
year.
on, everybody? Sorry, Davey. We are live.
Ah, we are live.
My name is Remy Sosab. I am with the one and only Davey by God Callis.
Ah, yes.
You saying no camera today, Davey?
Oh no, I decided to change my my avatar to Jeff
Oh,
in
oops.
honor of Craig Ferguson.
Let me go live on my Twitter and Twitch. 1 second, my bro. Peru
Day,
Day. Come on.
Crew Day, with live updates, rankings, thoughts, opinions, polls. Follow us on the Twitter X.
Oh, 1 second. I'm streaming. Cool. Let's make this live. What's that? An error occurred on Twitter. This is usually temporary. Oh, I know what it is. I need to I need to, because I deactivated.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove it, and then do you know what I could do though?
You're gonna have to undeactivate.
I have.
Ah,
But do you know what I need to do? Don't worry, it's still starting up anyway. I've not tweeted the stream. What I need to do, sorry, I'm going to add the crew day the Twitter as well on this,
yes.
so we can go live on both on both Twitters. So I got mine and the Cruise one.
That would be an excellent idea.
Yes, sir.
Excellent idea. We may have to clone ourselves for Saturday.
Oh, bro, don't worry. Saturday, I am.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna play it out. I don't know
yeah,
how we're gonna work that.
because we got Survivor Series, which will be probably close to 4 hours, and then we have Collision and Rampage
And
going
Rampage.
for 3 hours.
Can we say that AEW is counter programming WWE?
No, because Collision is the regular night.
But the Rampage. What about Rampage?
I don't know why Rampage has moved over to that night.
That's
I haven't really heard
counter
that.
programming,
That could,
bro.
yeah, they could have. Could.
What's the password again? Oh yeah, P.
But I
But
know, but I know Fridays ain't really working for Rampage as far as viewership and such.
the thing is, yeah,
The
I
shows
don't
are
know
good.
if you saw the what happened when they went head to head on Friday.
Oh, they got massacred.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, with that in mind, why would you not now knowing that Survivor Series on Saturday? If you have that pulling power that you can move Collision to Friday, why would you not now move it to Friday? Do you know what I mean? Like, why would
Well,
you now go and do a 3 hour against Survivor Series? This is
I
good.
mean
We can just have
that's
general conversation
yeah, I mean
about it.
that's still up to the network. It's not Tony's decision, but
But
from a network standpoint, yeah, it's like okay,
is that not a
going up against
negotiation? Well, I've been sorry. I've drank 4 bottles of white wine, so there are going to be words that I mispronounced today.
that's
I came back from the pub like an hour ago, so that's just my heads up. But
I
yeah,
I drank a lot, and I mean a lot for like 30 years. So I understand both languages,
yeah, and that's
Eng-
my reasoning.
English, Drunkenese, and now British. I'm multilingual, so I'm good.
I'm
But yeah, I mean,
struggling.
from a network standpoint, they probably should have looked at that and said, "Listen, this is like a major pay-per-view that WWE is running, and it's going to have a lot of eyeballs on it.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
not going to be a lot of eyeballs on our product at the time it airs. There probably will be afterwards. People will just stream it or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, they could have bounced it to another night because I mean,
Um.
SmackDown's probably not going to have a lot on the go tomorrow. I don't think. I think they got one match announced, but SmackDown's going to draw people
Well, you know
anyway.
what? I've realized with Triple H. Well, I can so far he takes the go home episodes very seriously. I feel he takes the go home episodes quite seriously. You reach the maximum number of destinations. All right, let me take it off Twitch and add it on the 2 Twitters. All right, cool. Now we're officially live.
We are everywhere.
Yeah, cool.
So,
Now,
hmm,
the error occurred on Twitter. This is usually rare. Okay, cool. We're just live on my. Sorry, Davey. This is still. We're still.
no, we're
Yeah,
good.
this is general conversation for now. But yeah, no. So Ring of Honor. Definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to that.
Uh, Ethan Page had a very good match on there for
Is it?
yeah, yeah. Um, Ethan
Not
Page
is
gets a
it?
lot of chatter
Yeah.
because he is good. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's solid in every aspect of being a professional wrestler. He's not phenomenal in any one area, but he's
Yeah,
really,
but
really
he's
good
very
in all
good,
of them.
and he
Yeah,
can cut a hell of a promo when given a chance.
he can. Yeah, and he did tonight. So they're doing something with him. He'll definitely be on the final battle card. As to
Yeah,
who he's facing, I don't know yet. But he was front and center. Shibata and Trent Beretta had a banger of a match.
Trent Beretta.
Trent
It's
is
like they've
everywhere.
given him a random push out of nowhere recently. Have you noticed?
Yeah. Well, he had that match with Shingo, right? Over in
Yeah,
over
yeah,
in
and
Japan,
it
and he
was a
really showed
fucking.
out there. In
Mm-hmm.
the rematch with Shingo, no holds barred, that one. So I'm really looking forward
Yeah,
to that. And then he had the back-to-back matches. I think it was last week, Collision and Rampage, and then he got a shot at Christian's title, and now he's in there with Shibata. So he's getting a lot of airplay, and it's deserved. Like Trent is legit. You know,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Trent is
He's
legit.
very solid, man.
Yeah,
And the thing with him is he doesn't do nothing flashy, but everything he does is at the perfect timing. You know, it
yeah,
makes sense and it gets a reaction. Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
You know when he goes in the ring, you're getting something at minimum solid.
Okay, I give up with trying to post on my Twitter. So it's the Crew Day podcast. Is streaming now. So yeah, let's officially start. Did you manage to get any what's it called? Notes down?
We'll wing it for the most part.
That's perfectly fine, bro. I was just
Yeah,
asking because I've not been around, so
yeah.
you know.
We'll
Yeah.
we started on Ring of Honor, so we'll finish that up, and then we'll double back to the first of the week and plow through that.
I have a question for
Uh,
you about Ring of Honor.
sure.
Because I think they film it after they've done like is it Collision or one of the shows?
Yeah, usually it's
So
after. Yeah,
so because of that, a lot of the time I find the audience to beat traffic tends to leave.
they do.
How would you feel the best way to counter? Because Ring of Honor, I feel like they put on solid shows. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they,
put on
they
solid matches, but the wrestlers don't get the reactions they deserve.
yeah they got to do them, and the same with Rampage, right? Because Rampage is usually done after the Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They got to you know air them. Like Rampage is not as bad because I mean it's directly after, but I mean if you add a Ring of Honor, it's just too much, right? Like the crowd is either drained,
Yeah.
or they're half gone. So I don't know why they don't do them live. It would add more spontaneity to it with the crowd. The crowd would be more into it. They know exactly what they're there for, And even
Yeah.
if you run
Yeah.
it out of, it's similar to NXT, right? Which is localized. It's in the same spot all the time. Do that, run it out of Daly's place or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly, because it's not fair on. Okay, I can't say it's not fair because it's not me that's feeling it. Do you know what I mean? But I feel that it would benefit the product quite a
yeah,
bit more, actually.
yeah.
You know?
Like you and I will talk about Athena, right, and Billy
Mm-hmm.
Starks and what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing there. And we know, right?
That
So,
deserve to be seen by a main stage.
but what they're doing, it should be on a bigger stage to
Yeah,
showcase that because they are doing incredibly good work there.
definitely.
Incredibly good work. That's why the crew day in the wrestler spotlight of the day was Miss Billy Starks.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a good guy. Oh, by the way, fucking shout out you for last night on the account. I appreciate that a lot. The worst thing is, yeah, I managed to stay up until the Roosh match,
Yep.
and then I conked out, bro. I fell asleep. I woke up at 8 a.m. and I was
Well,
like,
I figure you're 4 hours ahead of us. It's like most of the time that we're talking to you, it's like tomorrow.
yeah, no, yeah,
You're
literally, even
yeah,
right this
you're
second, like,
you're a future Remy.
yeah, it's for me right now. It is 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's 11 where I am.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
and I got in. I think just before I messaged you. Lot.
But yeah, like they got to get it on and live. Like, I think that would make a big difference. Hopefully, Tony can hook up some sort of deal with it to get that done. The only night they can do it though is Thursday. There is no other night to throw it on.
Yeah, that's the
Like
thing.
every
But
other
they
night
just
is
have
taken.
to. They have to change. I don't know. It's the fact that because it's not Ring of Honor is not live, is it?
No, it's taped. Like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, like everybody knew last last week that Ronda and
Ronda Rousey.
Marina,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
were facing Athena and Billy, right? Because and some people of that crew knew that they had their match at Revolver. It was very. I seen both. It was very. The two of them were very very close in how the
mm.
match was laid out, which is to be expected, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah,
AEW. I find they if someone has a banging match on the Indies, they replicate it on the,
yeah.
which isn't a bad thing because it's
No,
again
like
more eyes
that
and it's
that
you know
went
what I
really
mean?
well. Let's
Yeah,
take it on a bigger stage, and do it again so more people can see it.
precisely.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's you know, people that run house shows all the time. That's done there too, probably.
Hmm.
Uh, the four corner survival match: Lee Johnson, Fred Rosser. I know you don't like Fred, but
I know.
uh,
So me personally, I'm
it,
indifferent on him.
okay,
It's Shug. Shug
indifferent.
has a personal vendetta against Fred
Against
Rosser.
Fred,
So
poor Fred,
For Shug, I have to say Fred fucking
Fred
Rosser.
fucking Rosser. Okay, so
Yeah,
so
when I saw
it's a
him in your
Shug
top
thing.
10, I was thinking I need to get Shug's opinion on this.
Oh, for the week, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
the match cooked. Like they all did really good.
Oh yeah.
That Jack Cartwheel, he's not that big. Like
No,
he's
I've
not.
seen
He's
I've
a
seen
tiny
him
fellow.
recently, and he's a
He,
fucking computer game.
he's something that you would think you would have hooked up to like some sort of joystick or
Him and
something.
the young Will Ospreay would have done crazy stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's smaller than stature, right? But the guy the
Hmm.
guy can jump around, man. I don't know what kind of a ceiling he has, like with that kind of a style.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't know how technically sound he is. Like, is that all he has, or
Well, this is the thing. We have Ray Phoenix, and he's doing quite well.
hmm,
So it shows, and especially if you go somewhere where your talent itself is what's appreciated, then I think so. That in AEW, I feel like they have several ceilings. Do you know what I mean? So a Serpentico might not become world champion, but a Serpentico is also the one that got no, sorry. But then you have who was the other one that he's got fired recently? Sammy Guevara,
oh,
Del,
Fuego,
yeah,
Fuego del Sol.
Fuego,
Yeah,
yeah, Fuego del Sol. Even look how he got over and how he initially got signed.
hmm,
Do you know what I mean? And prior to that, you wouldn't suspect it. So I think again, a big part plays. A big part is the crowd that plays. Do you know what I mean? The crowd plays a big part in it.
yeah. Oh, and they do listen to. It's funny you should say that. Paul put out a tweet there. Like it was today. We listen to our fans. It's like you do, but
He's a
but
politician.
but in AEW, I think that does play more of a part into it. Like they'll see it's like, okay, these guys are getting a reaction. We should probably what can we do here, right? And
I
then
feel like
and where's that
initially,
ceiling?
see, I feel
Where
like
are
so.
you?
This is my thing. I feel like initially that was the case, but it was a genuine thing. Whereas now, I feel like it's more fanfare. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's more, oh, this is popular right now. Cool, let's do it. But it's not like, oh yeah, I also feel like this is popular.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? like I feel like there's been a few times right now again because I'm a bit inebriated. I can't specify it, but there's been a few times in which something's been hot. TK's been like, yeah, cool, let's do this, and then the second he feels like, nah, he just throws it to the side.
Yeah, you run with the hot hand, and
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
not something he did. But I think you and I spoke on this the other night, right? The stuff he's doing now is not what he was doing 5 years,
prior.
when it
Mm-hmm.
started, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a different setup. And I get why he booked shows the way he did when it first started, because like our buddy Nick would call it like indie-rific, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a lot. That's how the shows came off, like indie-rific, New Japan-ish. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was the style, right, coming out. He was smart to do that because for how long, like 20 plus years, nobody's seen that here, like on that kind of a scale,
And it's
and
funny. I
and
don't
and
know.
I
Oh,
and
sorry,
I
go
can
on.
speak to that directly because like I had almost left watching wrestling altogether because I was
Yeah,
beginning to figure, okay, what is the point of this? Like, what am I watching? Like, it's not what am I watching? And then that came back, and it's like, wow. And then it was just bang, 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 like fucking banger after another, right? And he ran with that for a while, which was smart. And then it started to evolve, which was
and I think
also
that's why
smart.
Lucha Underground took up, got so much momentum as well. Because when Lucha Underground came out, there was no AEW. You had TNA, but it was going through its little flux.
Hmm.
And so that was the sole that was the first actual alternative to WWE.
Yeah, in a long time
Mm-hmm.
that had the financial backing behind it. Like Tony would have really, really, really had to have fucked up badly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
smashing pumpkins badly to have what he was
Oh,
doing go bottom up, and you know the expectancy that people figured it would.
shout out Tyrus.
Here's- oh my, yeah, poor Billy.
I
Brought it
don't
on
know if
himself.
you saw. I got into a little. Well, it was meant to be a spat, and then it died out really quickly. A guy was like, so basically the Usos obviously said, "Oh, if you want dream matches, come to the E." Right?
I seen that. Yeah,
Yeah. Someone
like
was like, "Oh, the Usos are scared to go to AEW." So I said to face the Bucks, and I said, "Well, you could say it works both ways because the Bucks have always been indie wrestlers per se, and now they're in a mainstream company that focuses on strong and indie-rific style wrestling.
hmm
Whereas everyone knows WWE has a set way of working. So if the Usos have been in the E all their life in terms of wrestling, and that's their way of working, then of course they're going to feel comfortable, and vice
yeah,
versa for the Bucks. I said realistically, neither of them have to go anywhere. Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like the whole convo was just stupid. Like
As far as the Usos go,
they're very
with
one-dimensional as well, by the
they
way.
are, yeah,
But they
yeah,
somehow manage to put a very good match together
yeah.
every time.
They work very
Tag
very
matches.
well within the copy and paste kind of format that they have there, and they make it work.
They
So
literally have a
they
copy and paste format and a copy and paste moveset. But again, this isn't like knocking them.
no,
Like, I
if
definitely would wish the moveset was a bit more exciting or varied. But again, they have
for where
more
they
than 10 great tag team matches.
yeah, for where they work, what they do works perfectly.
I feel like if
So
anything, that gives them even more ratings because if your moveset is so limited, to the point where the two of you have the same amount of moves if you add up all your moves together. So if you both have 8 moves, when you add up all your moves together, you still have 8 moves because they're exactly the same
they
moves.
moves.
That is
Yeah,
crazy. But if
yeah,
you can put on consistent matches
yeah,
with that same 8, that says
yeah,
something.
yeah. Oh, they're very talented at what they do. And if you were doing up a list of all-time greatest WWE tag teams,
Oh, they're
they would
up
be
there.
they would be at or near the top,
Yeah, 100%.
just due to their longevity and the success that they've had, and guaranteed they're up around the top of that list, right?
100%.
Once you leave that world, okay, right? You're
Mm.
playing under different kind of rules here, right? So now you're going to put the okay. Here's what the Usos have done. Here's matches that they've had and success and whatnot. Okay, now let's put them up against the Briscoes.
Yeah,
There's not
exactly.
right. You can't. There is no comparison there with the stuff
I would like to
you know,
see
Jay
the
and Mark have done.
Usos versus Malachi and Brody King
Yeah, that would be interesting.
in
I, w- I would
either company,
I would like that one.
you know. And also, that's the thing. Even if the Usos did go to AEW, I do not feel like the moveset would change at all. At the very most, they would add the
No, it
Rikishi
wouldn't.
driver.
No, it wouldn't because they're they've been doing what they've been doing so long.
Do you know what, though?
Like I
Do you
don't
know?
know if they it's
Are you
just
ready for
it's
us to
like
go
that term,
viral?
muscle
I
memory,
would
right?
like to see the Miz in AEW
Miz wouldn't keep up.
because,
Too slow.
no, yeah, but this is one thing. The Miz, if he has something to prove, he's going to fucking prove it, bro.
Yeah.
Now, just imagine. This is I want that the sole reasoning as to why it's so like like
I would like.
no wait, hear me out. Let me
Yeah.
land. I have to.
Okay.
The sole reason as to why it's so like preposterous that the Miz could be in AEW is why the Miz would have the best matches of his life in AEW. Now, think back
Oh,
to any time ever the Miz has had some negative comments on Twitter. What does he do anytime someone says something shit about him on Twitter? He goes and has a fucking banger of a match.
yeah.
Now imagine this guy, yeah. So you've seen the Miz at his best in WWE, which granted isn't 5 stars. Now imagine if Miz is on his best a 3.75 star guy, yeah, and now he goes to AEW and he finds out that 3.75 is now only a 3 star. This nigga's gonna put on a 4.5 star match, bro. Even if it's just once, he's going to. Oh, you think I can't? He's gonna cut the best promo of his life because it's gonna be A, unscripted, and
And
B,
that.
full of genuine passion and feeling.
Yeah.
And then he's going to have a match solely out of spite. It would be an amazing watch, bro.
Yeah.
Give
And
me
and
Miz
that.
versus Osprey.
Yeah. And that's one thing I would most definitely be interested in.
Oh, bro, I
Like
would book
I
it to
like
perfection.
I've heard the Miz
Perfection.
speak for 20 years.
Hmm.
Rarely have I ever heard Mike.
Okay,
I
but
would
you've
be
had
I
Mike
would be
on the
I would
Talking
be
Smack.
interested. Yeah, like I would be no like Mike free of under
Talking Smack. When he
out
got
from
into the
under that
argument
umbrella.
with Daniel Bryan, that wasn't scripted.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
That
that's
wasn't,
true too.
yeah, that wasn't, it wasn't. And D. Bry, after he left WWE, has confirmed that wasn't scripted. And they both genuinely got heated. Yeah. But
But
here's the thing I've seen that. I've also seen The Miz get onto Enzo Amore. I don't remember if you remember that promo. Yeah.
I remember Enzo. I don't know if I
Okay,
remember
so
the
when
promo.
Enzo was the cruiserweight champion or doing the whole thing with him, and the crowd started booing him, even though he was meant to be a goodie,
Hmm.
one day he came out and he had the Miz cut a promo on him. Wait, on this thing, you can I think you can show, yeah, share screen. 1 second. 1 second, bear with me.
But yeah, you know, Miz unfiltered, I think would be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Like to hear him just lay into someone
I found out that you
in
can
the
share
ring,
screen on
like
this. Go on.
you know, in the midst of a feud or midst of something, right? Like just you know, there would be no question. Is like, okay, can you handle a back and forth where people are going off cuff? Yes, he could easily. He would have no problem with that.
Oh yeah, hundred
You know?
percent.
As far as the matches go, there are very few people, if any, that have crossed from that place to this place where the matches have not taken an uptick.
I
It,
mean, Edge. I don't feel like he's improved at all, personally.
well, Edge's moveset is it's the same. Like he's almost 50. He's not going to be learning about a whole bunch of new stuff.
That's
But
a
one thing
very
I
fair
find with
point you just made there.
but
1 second. Can you see my
one
screen? Yeah.
nope, just see
Oh,
you. But one thing I find with Edge
yeah.
since I've seen him in his last run with WWE, he seemed like he was kind of dragging himself around,
Yeah.
but he seems a lot more energized here.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely. He's
like I noticed that, right? So that's but it's a different environment. It's a different setup. It's you can do different things. You got a little more freedom to, you know, do things. So,
it
just by
must be very
association,
freeing.
you would be more energized. You know,
Do you
and all of a sudden
reckon?
he gets to work with Sting on
Yeah,
his
that
retirement tour.
crazy.
Like do you think he thought that this time last year?
Yeah.
No,
Nah.
no, not even close, right? I'm sure Christian was in the back of his mind. You know, it's like, hmm,
Davey, look in the chat. I mean, our stream chat. Oh wait, I've got my Twitter open. Let me send it in the thing. This is the Miz promo to Enzo. It's a short. It's a YouTube short, so it's only 30 seconds. But yeah. Boom. Yeah. Listen, this is Mike speaking to Enzo Amore when he was fucking up. I put it in the group. It's okay. Today is a chill stream. The Miz is money. Yeah. Nobody count out the Miz. I am a Miz. I'm a Miz lever. I'm a mistake.
yeah. And that Miz there, I remember it now because Miz had the longer hair.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that Miz.
And that's
That
imagine a pissed off Miz in
yeah,
AEW with
yeah,
all the AEW fans saying that he doesn't belong and his moveset doesn't compare. He's going, oh, it's going off.
yeah,
And even
yeah.
him, he's at 41 now.
He's getting up there. Like, and he'll never leave WWE. They gave him his life,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
he went from a reality show, whatever it was, to what he
Real
is
world.
now. So and he got the thing with his Maurice and everything else that he's doing, the movies that they get him in. So
The
he ain't
crazy
going.
thing is, I do remember the Miz saying "hoorah" and all that shit. And I even remember watching that episode where he was meant to, when he fumbled his words when he was doing the diva search thingy.
Oh yeah,
I watched that live and like I didn't realize at the time just how bad that was. It's only like later in my years when I'm seeing like, oh, worst promos and shit. And I was like, no way he did that. Like,
no, and he gets a lot of flack online, and I've given
mhm.
it to him too. Most of the flack I give him is just because people see what he does and they just blow it way the fuck out of proportion. It's like just put it in perspective. Like, okay, he had a good match, like,
Yeah,
but it's not, you know, 5 stars. Like, no, it wasn't a 5 star. Like, stop that. Right?
yeah,
Give
Miz, he
give the
ain't
guy
hitting
credit
that.
when the credit is due, by all means. Right? you know. But the stuff that he has done over his 20-year career, like the man should be applauded, for where
Question:
he came from. Absolutely,
Gunfa versus Miz.
will be
Five
better than
out of 5 stars. How much do you reckon it's gonna get, or you would give it personally? How much do you reckon you're gonna end up giving it?
I would say.
Play out the match in your head
Yeah,
first.
oh, I am.
Think about the
Yeah,
moves the Miz might pull out, the ones he don't usually do: springboard crossbody, springboard double axe handle,
yeah.
springboard drop kick,
and and
springboard clothesline.
and Gunther's ability to elevate whoever he is in there with, which
Mhm.
he very much has that ability.
And the Miz definitely
So,
has a prove you wrong attitude. So now
so
that he's gonna go up against Gunfar, he's
I,
going to put his fucking working boots on.
I'm saying that's going to fall somewhere in between. I would say an 8 and an 8.25 out of 10,
Yeah,
which is a very solid
I think it's gonna be a
rating.
banging match. It's gonna be
You
a
know,
banging match.
and for those listening and say, why don't you think a 9 and all that? 9 is stuff like a 9 out of 10 on my top 50. You're in like the top 15 matches for the year.
Moxley versus Cassidy one, as in not the one that just happened, the first one, like where Mox won the title.
Oh, the
Yeah, the
wrestle. No, not the
wrestle.
last,
Not
not
it
the
was.
Wrestle Dream. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, where Mox won the title and Orange was all
Hmm.
bloody. Yeah, that
That
like
was a
you know
very
that was
fucking
a 9 and maybe a little bit so there's a difference, right?
definitely.
You know, and therein lies another comparison, right? AEW can go that extra step in what they do, right? There's a like we mentioned ceilings before, right? There's a ceiling in WWE. Okay, we can only do so many things here because we can only do so many things, right? Um, but yeah, I wasn't looking forward to the match. I'm more so now after Monday with the promo
Do
they
you know
cut.
what? I, from it was announced, have been looking forward to it. Again, just because I know the Miz has he's I don't know what you call it. Like it's pride. He's very prideful. That's the best way. Not in like a bad way. I feel that he's a prideful wrestler. Again, he
I
knows he can coast, and he's been doing so, and he
Yeah,
doesn't. He's
and
not
I was just
shy
going to
about
say that
doing
too.
so.
I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish they
He's
would do something different,
mm.
like Miz TV. If I say Miz TV again, like I don't know.
bro. Sorry, Miss TV, the fucking Waller. Wait, no, wait. We'll get to that one. Miss
I,
TV, Cutting Edge, the VIP lout. They are all ding dong hello fucking shit,
yeah,
bro.
there's too many of
I'm
them.
gonna say something crazy. Piper's Pit was also shit because
Piper's,
it had a memorable moment. That
yeah,
doesn't make it the whole fucking promo, the whole thing good.
yeah,
None of
yeah,
it
not
is good. It's
yeah, not
never
not
good.
every
It was
Piper's Pit was
only good when
not every Piper's
Santino
Pit was good.
Marella, Sheamus, and Vladimir Kozlov are in the ring, and Santino and Vladimir are trying to make Sheamus drink tea because they're in England.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
I believe I do. Yes,
Yeah,
I re-
cool.
I know
That's the only type of
I remember
fucking
the
interviews I want to see ever in wrestling. Any company, it doesn't matter. It's stupid. Or just normal fucking interviews.
yeah.
You're doing a talk show in the middle of a wrestling ring on a wrestling show. Think about that, really.
Hmm. Well, it's funny. Someone had mentioned this the other day too, like the correlation between storytelling and wrestling. What's the balance, right? If
Hmm.
you tilt it too far one way, you're essentially a sitcom slash dramedy that will feature
Yeah,
wrestling. If you go too far the other way with too much wrestling, then it's like, okay, why am I investing in these people wrestling? Like, you're
Yeah,
not
now
telling
it's
me,
wrestling.
right? There has to
Mm,
be a balance, right? Too far one way doesn't really flow well, and too far the other way, why am I okay? Why am I tuning in next week?
yeah.
Right. So it's a balance. Like you have to have the balance. If you don't,
Oh,
it's over here. It's over here. I should state that. New Japan is a completely different animal. That's different. So
mm-hmm.
you can't really include them in on that conversation because if you
Oh
tune
yeah,
into a New
definitely.
Japan show, you are watching wrestling. Period.
Yeah, yeah. No, what a fucking
Yeah.
segment
Yeah.
backstage Fuck off.
Yeah.
You better watch
Yeah.
the press conference.
Yeah. Like the pressers at that, but that's like Jay White would do them all the time, but they were
Yeah,
after matches, and you know,
and Zack Saber
yeah,
Jr.
yeah, and Saber would do them.
He
But
loves a
if
little.
Jay did one the other night after Collision or after
Yeah,
Dynamite, really good, and it was very
I
New
am
New
a big
Japanish.
Jay White fan. No, but so are you. We are big Jay White fans. Jay
Yeah.
White, if you ever listen to this, we fuck with you heavy.
Yeah.
And
No,
I've
Jay.
watched Jay White from when he graduated from being a young boy. So you know when he was all chubby in his face
Yeah.
and he had no
No
facial hair
beard.
at all,
Yeah.
and
Look,
the jet black dyed hair,
yeah. You'll look
and
like a
it was
completely
like
different
you
person.
look weird, like not weird as in like funny looking, but just really young. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he had
Oh, without the
literally had
beard. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. He
without
was
the
hot.
beard, and he had literal baby like puppy fat on his face because he was like in his early 20s. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, he's only
So
31 now.
exactly, and
Yeah.
I
He's
watched
still
him
only.
again. I watched him after he literally just graduated being a young boy. So you know, like when he just got his own tights and that. So you know what I mean? And so what's happened now is I didn't watch New Japan for a good few years. And then I watched it, and he was just becoming the leader of Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way is that Jay White. Until they said, oh, Switchblades. And I was like, fucking hell, he's
Yeah.
grown up.
Yeah.
Gabriel Kidd, another one. I know
Gabe
him
is
from WCPW.
Gabe
And
is
oh,
killing
yeah,
it over there.
bro, first of all, how has he grown like 4 inches in height?
That I don't know.
You have
How
noticed that
someone can
though,
get
right?
taller.
You
Yeah.
did notice that.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because when he was in wrestling over here, yeah, my brother, he was like 5'6", and his pants used to come up just under his nipples. And he was a not tubby, but not fit at. He didn't. Oh, he had never worked out before, and he probably had never played football. That's what his body looked like.
Now they got him listed at 6 feet,
Yeah, bro, he had height.
198. Yeah.
He had nah, bro. He was five.
So
One
he grew.
second.
So he grew. Gabe is only 26
One
too.
second. Let
Yeah.
me show you, because you know that it's not, it don't make sense. Big up Gabe Kidd, by the way. He's doing really good.
Yeah. And and people shit on Bullet Club all the time. Oh, past its prime, blah 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 blah. The amount of people that group has produced
Oh
as,
yeah,
as
machine.
like not only top level but top tier in all of wrestling is insane. Even the group that they have now, David Finlay, I'm having a hard time
Likewise.
with Dave. I can't quite take to him, but the rest of them, like Gabe Kidd, Alex Coughlin, Drilla Maloney, Clark Connors, they hooked up with that group and they took off. Like their careers took off over there.
Clark
Every one of them.
Connors. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
He's good.
yeah.
So
But
yeah, I'm
Dave,
trying to find an old picture of Gabe Kidd.
now I segued this. You're a little tipsy, so
I am.
you may not have known I've done this. But Jay White is in a tournament.
Ooh,
Yes, the Continental Classic.
the C2.
Yes, the winner gets a belt that is defended in a place that Jay can't currently go to.
New Japan.
And
Shit.
who who
Yeah.
who who owns the belts that's going to be melded with currently is Eddie Kingston.
I don't. Oh,
Yeah. So
I
who
don't get it, man.
at Battle in the Valley
Because
last
realistically,
Battle in the Valley last
this is
February?
what spoils it for me. Can you see Eddie King? Sorry, guys, my voice is breaking because I performed 3 times today with zero warm up because I wasn't meant to perform. But yeah. Can you see Eddie Kingston beating Brian Danielson in a
Well, he just
match?
has to get enough points. He doesn't have to beat
Can you
everybody.
see Eddie Kingston beating Mox in a match?
Yep. Let's see him beating Mox.
Can you
But he
see
just has
Eddie
to get enough
Kingston
points
beating
to get
Jay
in
White?
there. Well, he wouldn't meet Jay White until the
I can't hear
finals.
you. I don't know what's just happened.
Jay, Eddie wouldn't face Jay until the finals. They're in
Well,
different
this is what
blocks.
I'm saying. But my point is, Eddie's if he I don't see him winning, so I don't get why they put the titles on the line. No,
Well,
that's a lie. I don't get. This is what I don't. Sorry, bear with
right,
me.
right. But here's my theory with that. If Eddie makes it to the finals, right, and Jay makes it to the finals from his block, so they would face off at World's End with the titles hanging in the balance that would get defended in Ring of Honor, AEW, and New Japan. Eddie was the guy at Battle in the Valley who fought Jay White in a
Yeah.
match where the loser never goes back to New Japan.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
what
I did.
better
I did.
way to get back in New Japan than to beat the guy who put you out and take his titles from him?
Do
If
you want
that's
to
not a
know?
if that's not
Sorry,
a
go
Jay
on.
White thing to do, I don't know what is.
I can see that happening only if Jay White is the one to pitch it to Tony Khan, because I don't feel like,
Well,
and not because he. Yeah, go on.
last night when Jay was outside the ring, the two belts were on the table.
Yeah.
The Ring of Honor World title and the New Japan Strong title. Jay didn't really bother with the Ring of Honor title, but he made
Hmm.
it a point to go over and put his hand on the New Japan title.
But that could be a smart mark thing. Do you get it? That could be a nod
Could be.
to, oh, those that know, no.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Not to say that what you said's wrong, but I'm just saying because again, it's wrestling, and
Yeah.
we have seen in the past, say like certain times, even in the E, where like a superstar might have asked to do this and they said no, and so what they do instead is, they'll try to do like a little wink and a nod.
But
Uh,
I
the
don't think
club,
it's Danielson, though.
the club. It's not Bullet Club. It's just the club. The club from where? Ah, if you know, you
Yeah.
know. They do
The
the
club.
too sweet sign. Why do they do that?
That.
If you know, you
You know.
know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm
And,
saying. That is a thing in wrestling,
and, and you know, and if they do this, which I hope they do, because that is a nice story to tell. But the other doors that would open is with another gentleman that he has a bit of a beef with, is the gentleman that we just spoke on that neither of us can take to,
Ray Phoenix.
David Finley.
No.
I'm sure Jay would like to get a piece of David.
I feel like the thing
That
is
opens that
TK.
door.
You see, like I was saying earlier, I feel like Tony Khan doesn't really do the, like the smart indie. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like he doesn't do that no more. So I feel like if this was 2, 3 years ago, then that would be a shoo-in. Whereas
But but if
now, I
but
feel
if you
like Tony Khan subconsciously going into the business mindset. Do
but
you
if
know
you
what I'm
think
saying?
if you think back a little bit too, like why seeing as how we're analyzing this, any show that has been done that has had New Japan involvement in it, Jay White has not been on it. He was not on Wrestle Dream,
Mm,
and he was not at Forbidden Door.
yeah.
He's been on every other one, but he was not on those. And that was, I highly doubt that was an accident. because he just suffered his first loss and he's been there for quite a while.
Well, question, Jay White. You see his leaving New Japan. Did he ask for his release, or was it a no? What happened?
I think he just wanted to live over the states. You can't do that if you're working New Japan
Can't hear you, bro. Don't know
as a
why.
top
Is it
guy.
my
It's
earphone?
just like if you listen to Will's promo there at Wrestle Kingdom last year, you know, 16-hour flights, and I mean that was during the pandemic, mind you, but
Yeah,
like living in Britain and working there and flying, it was just he did that for 8 years. Like it's
because
a
my
lot.
thing is, when Ibushi asked for his release, there was a little hoopla there as well, wasn't there?
With Ibushi, there was, yeah, yeah,
So my thing is, who's to say when Jay White? Because this is the thing. Watch this now. If it was WWE, my brother, and a wrestler lost 2 major matches in a row before they left out, they'd say they're burying him on the way out. And they only do that when something's gone sour, a la Dean Ambrose, who they was about to job to Nia Jax. You
well,
know what I'm saying? So my
Sure.
thing is, who's to say there wasn't genuine problems between New Japan and Jay Lethal when
I
he asked for his release or when they went through the release? And that's why he hasn't been on the shows when New Japan was involved.
I've never heard.
Furthermore, where
I,
the fuck is Jungle Boy? He better be under that devil mask. Sorry, we'll get back to that. You know, like I was thinking about people that haven't been around because of yeah.
I never heard anything regarding Jay, as far as there being any ill will
Likewise, but
between.
I'm gonna
I
Google it
never heard
quickly.
anything, so I doubt that's a
No, that's
thing.
just a speculation, like
Yeah.
a
And
yeah,
Hikuleo was one of the ones that he put over, and Hikuleo is now tag team champion with
yeah. I was
ELP,
watching one of his matches the other day,
and
tag match.
he's progressed a lot. I didn't think he had that in him, but he's gotten much better.
I watched him a few years ago, and he did not impress me. But
It
I've
was a
watched
little
him.
painful to watch.
Oh yeah, man, and the fact that he was so tall as well.
Yeah,
The worst thing for me is seeing a tall, imposing wrestler not know how to
who can't
wrestle.
wrestle. Yeah,
Almost.
yeah.
And the worst thing about Almost that hurts me the most is every interview I've seen of that guy, he seems like
He's
the
nice.
most lovely guy. And
Yeah,
it's like, my brother, you've not been on TV in about 3 months now, for the mere fact that you've been on TV for about 2 years and you are as good as you were in your first match, which wasn't good.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nothing's progressed.
You're 7'3". You're literally the tallest legitimate guy apart from El Gigante that's been in the company.
Yeah,
And because you don't have acromegaly, you're able-bodied. Like you're fully mobile.
yeah. Well,
Be a good wrestler.
well,
Like,
he has the he has the potential to be fully mobile. However, is not.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think whatever ceiling Omos is at, he's reached. I don't think he's getting any higher than
Oh,
what he is.
oh God. That ceiling's like here. It's
It's a
so
big
low.
ceiling. It's a tall one.
No, fuck off, wait. Whatever
But
ceiling Almost has, I think he's reached.
yeah,
And as you said that, I just had like like when you say like, oh, someone's like career flashes, like wrestling terms. I thought match against Brock Lesnar, Big Ninja, which is racist, and Shane McMahon's security for the Raw Underground. And you're like, yeah, he's hit his ceiling. And I just thought, yeah, he has.
Raw Underground. They brought that back on NXT.
On NXT. Yeah, NXT Underground.
Yeah, didn't work there either.
Eddie Thorpe.
Eddie Thorpe.
What?
Yeah,
What?
Carl Frederick.
So I got Stockholm syndrome with Eddie Thorpe. I did not take to this guy at all. Especially when I watched the underground thing and they tried to make him out like some fucking G. But
Yeah,
then I was watching a match and I heard this fucking like dubstep music. And I saw my man start moshing to the ring, and I was like, "Yeah, I like him." And then I watched him wrestle, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know
Eddie
what it
is.
is."
Yeah. I caught on to Eddie when he was Carl Fredericks.
Yeah, who is he? Who is he? A veteran? How long's he been
Yeah,
wrestling for?
yeah, he's wrestled over in Japan.
He seems young.
That's why like
Oh,
he's a
because he's
little
very smooth.
yeah, yeah, you can tell by looking at him. It's like, okay, you have been somewhere,
Yeah,
and that somewhere have people who know, in fact, what they are doing,
yeah,
right?
precisely.
And that's New Japan, right? And I said that to anybody that would listen. It's like if you're a young wrestler and if you can get there, go there and learn.
I would
Even if
be
it's for two
scared.
years. Eddie is 33 though,
Okay,
so
2 years older than me.
he's been 8 years experience. So he get in a little late. Get in when he was 25.
It's crazy
Uh,
to think that wrestling at 25 is considered late when both Batista and DDP started in their wait, Batista, DDP, and my boy Simon Miller started in their 30s.
4 years in Japan.
Oh,
Yeah, did one match in AEW, 8 matches in Ring of Honor back in 2019, and then
when was his match
a
in
lot of in
AEW? On
2022.
Elevation?
AEW Dark.
Ah, I was close.
Alex Coughlin, Clark Connors, Carl Fredericks, Kevin Knight, and Yuri Mara defeat the Factory. Aaron Solo.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so it was just
Was that
10,
a deep? Was that a deep breath, Davey?
it
You
was
could never do Excalibur's job.
10 minutes and 32 seconds. So he wasn't signed to AEW, freelance deal, I would say.
Yeah, he didn't impress. He should have
But
done his dance.
yeah, but he got talent. Like
No,
I
100%.
hope they do something with him. I don't know. He won't main. He's not a main roster guy.
And
Maybe just a
again,
roster
see,
shuffle there. But
the thing is, and this is one thing I like about Triple H, he values a mid card.
we need a mid card.
Exactly. And he
Need a
sees
mid
that we
card.
need a mid. Even if Thorpe was to go to the main roster, he doesn't ever have to win a title, but he can have very meaningful feuds in the mid card, and that's all you need sometimes. Like, bro, there are some wrestlers that have no intention of ever winning a world title.
Yeah,
They're just like, yeah, I just want to travel and do what I like doing. Or there are some that's like, I literally just want to make other people look good.
yeah, and they are doing that. Like
Yeah.
like like Monday's Raw. It wasn't the greatest of Raws. It was fine. Like, it was a watchable show. It had a lot of wrestling on it. Had
Yeah.
over 70 minutes.
And I
That's a
think either
that's a
three
lot.
women's matches or
Uh,
yeah, I think it was two women's matches and two segments,
three. No, three women's. It was the Nia Raquel,
which was a
Becky,
banging
Xia
match.
Li, and then the women's tag
Did
team
you like
title contention.
The Nia and Raquel match?
No,
You didn't. Why?
I did not.
Brother, I
I
genuinely saw a lot of people giving it a lot of praise.
yeah, no, it doesn't. Nia does nothing for me in any aspect of professional wrestling or sports entertainment. And Raquel
Has a back.
has a back, so if
Mhm.
they could figure out somehow, because Raquel is talented in the ring, I think she is, but if they could somehow figure out to give her some sort of character that doesn't involve her back and her smiling
Smiling,
all
yeah.
the fucking time. Why are you so happy? You lose a lot. Like you should be pissed. Right?
Yeah, no, for real. Like,
Like
don't nothing
like
bother you.
yeah. It's like why are you smiling? You just lost.
How can
Oh,
nothing bother you?
it's all good. But I would say probably what they're doing is they're getting Nia pointed towards a Raquel match from the way they're booking her.
I implore you, Davey. Me
But I
and
think
you are
but I
gonna
think
watch.
I think Shayna gets her first though.
Yeah, the Nia Jax and Raquel Rodriguez match again. Yeah, we are gonna watch it. And all
Well,
I ask is you watch it as if you had never seen Nia Jax before.
Okay,
because I
how about we do this then?
genuinely
How about we do this?
believe. No, wait, hear me out.
Yeah,
I
no.
genuinely believe it was a good match. It was way better than anyone thought it was gonna be, and the fact
Here's
that Raquel Rodriguez
how
has
long
a
was the
back
match? 8:58
but
was the
can't lift
match.
up Nia Jax
8:58 was
makes
the
her back
match.
redundant, and yeah, it will be fun.
So Saturday, I'm assuming we're doing one of the
We're gonna
shows.
do like a simulcast, I guess.
Most likely Survivor Series. I'm doubting that they'll have a pre-show match. Hint, WWE, if you're listening, put on a pre-show match. Like they work. Do that.
Shall we flip a coin? Oh my god, we shall flip a coin, yeah, between whoever's gonna be free for crew day. Sorry to cut you. It's about what we're talking about, so. And we split it in half. And so what's gonna happen is, say like you pick tails and I pick heads. Tails will be, oh, you have to watch AEW for 3 hours, and you will be commenting on that. What? And I have to watch W. Do you get it, or
Yeah,
vice versa? And we can do it that way. What we can do is we both have to sacrifice one show. Well, not both, but like we both as a
yeah.
pair have to sacrifice one show. But because of that, we now get to comment along on both. Fucking genius!
That is good.
Oh.
I thought you were heading towards like a fucking Anton Chigurh
Say
type
that again, my bro.
situation.
My earphones are playing up. 1 second. I need to change my earphones. No, wait. My laptop's pretty. Audio speaker.
Can you
Boom,
hear me?
boom, boom. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
No, I can't hear you.
Ah, you can't hear me.
What is happening?
I would be Silent
One
Bob's
second,
brother,
baby. I
Silent
can't
Dave.
hear shit. This is not going well right now. But you can hear me though, innit? Nod if you can hear me. Okay, cool. So what the fuck is going on? I'm too. Drinking's bad, guys. Don't drink. Okay, nope, still can't hear shit. Still can't hear shit. Let me put these earphones back in. Oh, I know what I'll do. I will put these earphones on, in which the headphones don't seem to work no more. Boom. And then I will. Davey, say something.
Davey, say something.
Lovely. 1 second.
Ah, I can't hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
All right, cool. So these headphones were my expensive ones I've had for about a year. But what's
Ah,
happened now is the mic on it doesn't work, but the headphones work perfectly.
ah.
And then the other ones I usually use, I've had those from like my previous console days. And so
19, 1984.
yeah, like
Yeah.
fucking just before Jesus graduated.
Yeah.
And so what's happened now is
I knew him well. He was my he was my he was my invisible friend in grade school.
he was. I never got to meet him. He was a few years older than me. he was
People
a
be
few.
like, "Who are you talking to, Dave? There's no one there." I just,
You're like
Dave's always,
or you're like maybe I'm schizophrenic, and they're like that's not a thing yet. You're like fuck. I'm just crazy. What's that? Oh yeah. Fuck, baby. Why did you do that to me? Now I don't even remember what I was saying. I
now
have
I
a
can
headache.
the two shows. I can have the both of them on at the same time.
No,
It just
no, no.
makes it
Fuck
hard
that.
to
We're
watch.
not doing. I'm not gonna have you do that again.
Well, I
Yeah,
can.
yeah. You can, but you can't. Yeah. You
My
give
friend,
yourself a fucking.
hey,
Yeah, you're gonna give
my
yourself a hernia, bro.
my friend, my old friend Jesus gave me two eyes for a reason. I can watch two pay-per-views at the same time.
But you only have one brain, Davey. This is where the problem comes in. you got, you
And I
got that.
yeah, but I see,
Oh,
but I found a happy balance. I've killed off just enough brain cells to make things interesting, but still functionable. So
listen, you're. Do you know why you're funny? Yeah, because the last time you attempted that, yeah, I remember like a week later, me and
yeah,
you was talking, and I said something to you, and I was basically, you go, oh yeah, so don't think I'll be doing that again.
yeah, it is a bit, and in reality, it is a bit much.
I've
Grant,
tried it so many
granted, I can
times.
usually get an entire match in, like between WWE matches, so that's good. But like they
Oh
got to be
yeah,
timed right.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because the thing with WWE matches as well a lot of the time is depending on who's in it, they do the whole slow build thing.
Oh,
Whereas AEW noticed the last like 6 months, every wrestler ever is like, let's just fucking get to the good part, or they're like, let's just jump into the middle. They're like, tie up, chop, 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 kick, chop,
yeah,
tope suicida, chop,
yeah.
chop,
They
chop. And you're
they
like, it's been 48 seconds. What is happening? What
they
is
do get to the point quickly.
it gets crazy. You're like the
Yeah.
bell literally just stopped ringing.
Yeah.
How have you hit your finisher?
Yeah, funny you should say that. When I was watching the Rush Jay White match
Oh
last
Jesus.
night,
Yeah.
it's like, this match would have been right at home in Corrigan Hall.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
And they would have gone even harder as well.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, they would have went harder there because of surroundings, but the setup and the way of the match and the way it was structured and the way they were doing, and it was a carbon copy Jay White match. It's
Yeah.
like I am going to get the shit kicked out of me for the majority of this, and then
And
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to sneak
sneak a
in
winner.
and I am
Yeah.
going to steal this win from you because I am smarter than you.
But the thing with Jay White as well, which is very subtle, he never shows cowardness.
So he
He's not
shows
a cowardly wrestler. He's
no,
not. He
he
doesn't get
shows
scared.
he shows cunningness, and
Yeah.
there is a difference.
Because even when he's having the chop fest with uh fuck
Roosh,
yeah, Roosh. Sorry,
Roosh.
I'm inebriated. Yeah, even when he was even when he was having a chop fest with Roosh, he doesn't back off away from the chops, or even in character, he doesn't no wait, or you know what
Yeah,
I mean? If he does do it, he's taking the piss. Like when he fucking like they've locked up and then he's gone to the ropes in the middle and then he's fucking hung out there to the point he just rolled out of the ring.
yeah,
Right. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
yeah, it's
No,
just a nice little subtle touch, you
yeah.
know.
Oh,
He
he's
doesn't
he's very
go
s- he's very
yeah.
subtle in what he does. Like you got to
Mm-hmm.
watch him to pick up on his style. I think that's where a lot of people misread him when he was. Well, no, that's not even a right statement. A
I
lot of
know
people.
when he first came in with when we came in on his own initially, and then he came
Yeah.
in with Juice, like when he
Well,
redebuted.
what a lot of people did, and I kind of knew this at the time. I most definitely knew it afterwards. When they all thought he was going to WWE, they were all of a sudden Jay White experts. They know all about Jay White. Right? Turns out they didn't because they thought Jay was something else than what he
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Jay White wouldn't. Yeah, not that he would. Okay, I was gonna
Jay,
say he would do well, but he would do well. He because he's Jay White, but he wouldn't get to be Jay White.
yeah, but like Jay White is not an Osprey, or he's not an Omega, and
No,
he's
yeah.
not that style of wrestler. He never
I'm
was.
gonna say something crazy. He is a better LA Knight in the ring.
Oh, definitely, yeah,
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 his moves are bog standard, but he hits them well. He
yeah,
hits them at the right time. He gets a reaction.
yeah, yeah.
You know what
He's
I mean?
yeah. No, I that is a good assessment of him,
Yeah,
and his
yeah.
promo game is.
Oh,
through the
yeah.
roof. Like, you know, and
LA
someone was
Knight.
saying that the other day after his one loss, should have signed with WWE. It's like, it's like,
He's buried.
have you banged your head?
He's been
Like,
buried, man.
oh man.
He's
Well,
been buried. He lost to
there
the
would be
champ.
no Bullet Club. It would be the club of
Mm-hmm.
some fashion. You wouldn't have the Guns. You would still have Doc and Carl.
Luke Gallows is not a good wrestler.
No, he's a big guy. So I
He's a
mean,
big dude.
he must have collected a substantial amount of dust since he
The
signed
thing
his
with Luke
contract.
Gallows is, oh yeah, definitely. But the thing with him as well is he has interviews in which he says, "I can't wrestle for shit, but I
No,
have a mean cane uppercut," and he does.
yeah,
And he uses the shit out of that uppercut. He spams that uppercut.
yeah, but he could never wrestle Festus.
Yeah, Festus. But he was better at. He was more. I
Well,
think he was a better wrestler when he was Festus doing the gimmick.
well, he was younger too, so he'd be a little
But
more
he was,
agile and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I don't know. And Carl is an underrated wrestler. He's never really gotten
Now this is my
his
thing.
due.
This is my thing, bro. I don't know if you realize, but a couple months ago, Triple H gave him 2 singles matches,
Yep.
2 fairly long. He didn't perform, bro.
Well, the crowd didn't react either because they
No,
don't
yeah,
know.
definitely.
They don't know.
But
Right?
he didn't perform like. And I actually watched one of his New Japan match. I
I
feel
was
like maybe it's rose tinted glasses. I don't think he was that great, bro. I don't think he was that great.
I've never minded him in singles matches,
I don't mind him.
but those matches also didn't take place where he currently works either. So
Mm,
different spin on it. Which brings me to another point that I thought of the other day that I wanted to mention. Do you remember? I can't remember the pay per view it was at. Might have been Extreme Rules, but it was in the fall. AJ Styles and Finn Balor had a match.
yeah,
It was very New Japanish. In
yeah.
Yeah, the crowd didn't like it.
Mm-hmm,
They were like, "What the
mm-hmm.
fuck is this?" It's like, well, it's a wrestling match that they closely resemble to what they had prior to where they worked. That's what they're
But we've
doing.
spoken on this before when they done the Chad Gable versus Dolph Ziggler match.
No,
And
yeah,
their crowds were just shit silent.
yeah, throws them off.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah,
and I get it. It's not something they're used to seeing, right? We see it all. Well, I see it all the time. 'Cause I
yeah.
watch.
No, I mean, likewise. I watch WCW. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
WCW. Sorry, because we're just freestyling.
we are. Yeah.
WCW, bro.
We're bouncing between promotions and
Oh,
decades and
this is it, bro. This is the freestyle. It's Thanksgiving, my guy.
stay
There's no rules, and we
stay
don't. We both don't even celebrate it, so it's double no
stay
rules.
tuned. We'll get to Carl Gotch shortly.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Fucking Stampede Wrestling's up next. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Canadian and I watched Stampede Wrestling. I
See,
did. Fucking right, I
see.
did.
Shout
Stampede
out,
Wrestling and Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling with Leo
shout
Burke
outs,
and Big Stephen Pettipas.
shout outs. You get me?
At the,
Oh, do you know what we should have done for this stream if I knew it was gonna be a us two thing? If we could have done a fucking review, old school review.
we could have.
Oh
Well,
man.
that's on the.
I mean, we've done an hour. We could do.
Here, look. Old school review. You just made the list.
When I saw you pull out the pen, I said, "No, he's not about to. No, he's not about to." Stupid idiot. Oh
Stupid
man,
idiot.
tried to get
Yeah.
Ocho over.
Uh,
We
oh
could.
yeah, the Monday. I don't know why they did this. They did have 3 women's matches.
Yeah,
The Becky Xia Li match.
Yep, they made Xia Li eat the pin and then she
Yeah,
had a
I
title match
don't
a day
I
later.
don't understand that
I think, yeah, so
because
this is
she was
my
having
reason.
a title match the next night. Why would
I
you have her lose?
This is my reasoning. I feel like even though Lyra Valkyria beat Becky for the title, it's pretty common and fair game that she is not on Becky's level in terms of kayfabe. So with that being known, Xia Li losing to Becky Lynch doesn't now signify that she would also lose to Lyra Valkyria. If you lose to Brock Lesnar a week before your title match against Seth Rollins, does that mean that you're going to lose to Seth Rollins? Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I think that's how they were meant to portray it, because Becky
I
Lynch is the man.
yeah. I
Do you know
think
what
what
I
I
mean?
would have done there though is because
Fucking
they
do the match next week.
do it afterwards, or if they're going to do it the Raw before, they've been pushing Xia Li's kick that knocks people out just by
Yeah.
the sheer force of it hitting their fucking shoulders. So you have Xia Li do that to Becky outside the ring, and Becky can't get in, and Xia Li wins by countout. So Becky doesn't get pinned,
Mm,
but Xia Li gets the win. Therefore, builds that momentum going into her match with Valkyria. That's how I would have done it. It would have made most
yeah.
sense to me, right? Both look strong. That kick looks like holy fuck. That kick took Becky out. Damn, right? You get
The
that
kick.
reaction.
I think that first kick was an accident. Now I say this because Xia Li has knocked out someone with that kick before by accident.
Yeah, that's probably what they're playing back on, which is
No,
smart.
no.
Smart.
I think when she did do it the other day, the first time, I think she did hit her for real. I think it was a. I think they
Oh,
done a T kick. I
the
think they
the
done a Tony Khan.
the
I think they
Tegan
done.
one.
Yeah, bro.
No, that was no Tegan was fine.
Oh yeah.
That was kayfabe. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. It wasn't
Um,
even the acting or nothing. As I said, I've seen Zaya hit that kick wrong more than once, bro.
and my
Didn't she
other
look
one,
like Mercedes Martinez with it?
and speaking of Tegan, I I don't quite understand this one either. Natalia again and Tegan are
Yeah,
the number one contenders for the belts.
yeah.
I have no problem with Tegan. I don't know why they have Natalia there and all these things. Like that time is kind of past. Natalia has a role there.
It's
It's just
so
not
dumb.
this one.
Natalia was like on her case just the other day.
Yeah. But Katana Chance and Caden Carter were in that match.
Yeah,
They have been a tag team, like an actual tag team, for
for a couple years now.
years.
Yeah,
Yes. It would be very credible challengers and probably should have those belts if they want to build a tag team division.
the crowd take to them as well.
Yes, the crowd likes them. I don't know why
Yeah,
they I don't know why they did that. Like Candice and Indy, that's kind of a odd
I feel sorry for them.
pairing there.
I feel the thing is no, because they're from it's the way, isn't it? It's from the way. And in NXT it was I don't know. You used to watch NXT, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
obviously,
Oh no, I get the connection, but
yeah,
Indy is just God love her. She seems right sweet. She does.
yeah, yeah,
She's not that good in the ring. Like
yeah,
she's not.
yeah.
Candice is.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody that has seen Candice wrestle even in NXT and most definitely prior to NXT knows that that woman can go, right?
The thing with Indy though, oh, so like I think the problem with Indy is she was developing in NXT until the new NXT came along, in which I feel like they shot her up the card way before she was ready when they gave her the title. Do you know what I mean? And again, you've now been thrusted onto the main roster, and you couldn't swim. And it's not like it's not due to you. Like you're not like capable or nothing. But again, like it was fucking hot shotted, you know. And
And
again, like you
she's
need
just
more
never
than
like she's never progressed past the still learning stage.
Yeah.
It just seems like she's still there and will probably always be there now that she's on the main roster, unless they put her over NXT again. But hard to
But the
say.
thing is, they did the other day, and like she always showed up like a surprise, and you know. So it's like, bro, like what? I don't know, man. I don't know. Have you watched any?
But
Go on.
Katana and Caden would have been my choice there. Have them take the belts off Piper and Chelsea. Like if you want it, it's all in what you want those belts to be, right? If you want
Piper,
them to be looked at, credibly in a credible division, Chelsea and Piper, that's not it, right? Chelsea,
Piper Niven, what is going on with her? Why has she not performed? She was really good as Viper.
yeah, it's like
Very,
they don't
very good.
know. It's like they don't quite know what to do where they're there.
Like, it's something
Like,
about the company. It's not the wrestlers.
yeah. Oh no, it's the company. It's not Piper. Like she's fine. Piper can go in the ring, right? But they could turn Piper Niven into essentially what they're doing with Nia
Don't you
Jax,
dare. Don't you dare.
right?
No.
Same style. And Piper's a safer worker. She's a better worker.
Oh, fuck off.
She is. She
Naya
is.
hasn't injured
You know,
nobody since she's been
but
back. Okay?
I would like to see them go down that kind of heel role with Piper because I don't know what this role is that she has now.
I just
Really,
tapped in Nia Jax's age and I was not ready for that.
yeah, she's not a spring.
39.
Yeah, normally I would say spring chicken, but given what today is,
I,
she's not a spring turkey.
I was not expecting 39.
Yeah, she's up there.
And that's the thing. It's not like, oh, wow, you're old. It's women wrestlers. Their
Yeah,
fucking age retirement cutoff was like 32, bruv.
yeah. They
And
their
it's
their
still
their best
so
before
low.
dates are
Yeah.
are, are, are quicker. Yeah. No disrespect to them.
No, no, no. Even just more
That's
so,
just
even
over
like
time that has
company
proven
and
to be
shit.
true. You know.
It's just company. It's not like we're not saying it. It's not our belief, you know, but we're just going by what's been shown. Yeah, that's what we're speaking on. But so now, like when you see like a Oscar, Nia Jax, even that, I didn't know that. So even that, not to say, raw, you're old and still doing it, but you're definitely doing what people 10 years ago couldn't do, you know. So it's to be celebrated. Gail Kim,
Yeah.
Mickey James.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm on one. Let's see how old Trinity is. I say she's like 34.
Who?
35, Trinity. Naomi. Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bianca. No, Charlotte Flair's the oldest out of all of them, minute out of Bailey and
Yeah, she's like 36 or 37. Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair. Let's see.
Bianca's like 33.
Charlotte's 37. Charlotte's 37, sorry. Bailey, I'm going to say 34. Oh, wow. Come on, 34. Becky, same age as Seth, I'm going to say, however old that might be.
36, I think.
Becky Lynch, yeah. Hey. Yep, wow, you got that right. And Sasha Banks is like 14.
Did you say
31.
14 or 40?
14. She's the baby of them. I knew it because she's my age. Look, she's 31.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's 32 in January. Ain't that some shit?
But Sasha / Mercedes has had a fair amount of time off too. So there's not as much wear and tear on her as there is others.
Yeah.
So that will
Yeah.
help. That will help. Mind you, some of that time was due to injury, but some of it wasn't.
But Naomi had a big layoff as well.
Yeah.
She didn't go straight to NXT.
No, she took her
Yeah.
time and waited, and she's doing her thing. She got a pay-per-view match coming up in January. She had a match with Sunny Kiss there. Last week. Yeah.
The beauty battle. Yeah, we don't discriminate. We don't discriminate. The jokes
And
are either way.
I'm gonna bring up this guy.
Tamina, sorry, is another one. CM Punk.
No. Why would you think that? I was going to bring up Shinsuke. You got a few.
That still
You got
ties
Phil.
in.
I used
It still ties
product
in. It still
product
ties
placement.
in. Oh, that's making me thirsty now, but I only have tea. I'm gonna go make some.
So who is Shinsuke talking
Oh,
about?
I,
I don't think it's Phil.
I don't think it's Brock Lesnar. I saw someone mention Brock. I don't think it's gonna be Brock. I don't think Brock gives a shit about wrestling right now.
He's scheduled to come back though. And this is the
When?
time of year, right around the Rumble. So if he's coming back, we'd have to do something in the lead up to it.
Well, his contract ran out, no?
Oh, he'll just sign on for a match or whatever.
But will Triple H sign him on for a match?
But who could it be? Would you pair him with Randy out of the gate? Who loses that?
No, it can't be Randy. This is my thing, but then even if it was CM Punk, again,
Why?
there'd be no point in Shinsuke doing the promos. Shinsuke doesn't need to be losing big matches.
No.
If he's not going to win a title,
if you put him with Punk, he loses. If you put him with Randy, he loses. If you put him with Cody, he loses. Right? If you put him with Brock,
well, he gets fucking eaten.
Brock doesn't gain anything from another win because Brock don't give a flying fuck. But Shinsuke would certainly gain from that win.
But then this is the thing: you only let him. If Shinsuke was to beat Brock Lesnar, then you better make him win that title ASAP.
Yeah, you got to do something with. Yeah, there has to be a payoff for that.
You know?
Right? He's not taking Roman's title because
oh gosh,
who knows what the
just
fuck you're doing there. Yeah. So do they circle back to Seth?
Roman's title, he's holding it to WrestleMania, and I cracked the code. He's holding it to WrestleMania because the story isn't done. Cody Rhodes, he wasn't in the Royal Rumble, but he's going to be in the next Royal Rumble coming up. Cody Rhodes has been in the Royal Rumble, and then he's booking his ticket to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and that's why they're going to bring that match back. That's my belief.
So you think they're just going to copy and paste what they did last year?
Did Cody win the Rumble last year?
Yeah, came in at 30.
Yeah, they'll do that again. I don't see that.
I mean, he won't commit if they do. I don't bring him in at 30 again.
No, they'll bring him in at 1 or 2. I feel like he'll be like, okay, cool. Let me add some context. A week before the Rumble, Cody cuts a promo in ring. He speaks about his father being a plumber. He speaks about having a brother that likes the color gold. And then he speaks about the fact that he just, so, what do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, so I have a slight list anyway, so it's very easy for me to do. But, yeah. And then he says, oh, yeah, blah, 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 story, blah, 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 Roman Reigns, blah, 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 earn it, blah, 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 deserve it, blah, 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 Black Power, I'm Cody Rhodes. Then he's going to say that he's going to enter number 1. Yes, I said Black Power for Cody Rhodes. He's going to enter the Rumble at number 1, and he's going to fucking win it, bro. And the crowd will rally behind him because he's going to do the Cody Rhodes thing where he rallies up the crowd. And it's not hard to see. Do you know what I mean?
Unless they get the Dwayne, and then all that goes away.
The Rock is. One second. Let me Google this quick.
Because if they get Dwayne, the only person Dwayne is facing is Roman. And Dwayne is not winning that belt.
The thing is, the Rock. Wow, my points. The Rock is young, old. As in, like, he's relatively young because he's 51. But in wrestling terms, for someone that hasn't wrestled in X amount of years,
he's had like one match in a decade.
Oh, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you're going to come back out of the blue.
Yeah. In his last match, mind you, it was against Cena. So it's two guys with a... Yeah, like it wasn't a burner, as they say.
Yeah, it wasn't even a dangerous match or nothing.
Yeah, so...
How did you
I
your
don't
biscuit
imagine a
bone and
like a Dwayne Roman match is not going to tear the house down.
uh,
It'll draw a ton of money, absolutely.
I
I
feel
just
like it
don't.
would be a good. I feel like no, I wouldn't burn it out. I don't know. I don't know.
Be a lot
I'm
of
not just saying this because it's Roman, but again, you know me, I like to picture these things, bro.
standing around.
I believe it will be Roman going for the shoot the tie up.
I thought you were going to say shooting star press there for a second. I was going to say I have to go now.
Roman throws him out the ring, springboard shooting star to the outside, catches the rock, but he gets it in the rock bottom, picks him up, holds on to the rock bottom, throws it back into the ring. Rock does a moonsault, lands on his feet, then does a double moonsault onto Roman, pins, kickouts at 1. But that's not my 5 out of 10. 5 out of 5.
Well, you didn't include any interference from Solo, so
Oh shit! Yeah, no. See,
yeah,
I've ruined
yeah.
it. But no, in
And
all seriousness,
he'll have at
it
least one Uso with him.
and a Sami Zayn just for fun.
Yeah. So, oh,
But
he'll have
no,
somebody there with him.
it could be a good match. It would be like a hope spot match. I see Roman going straight in with the knee to the gut, just wailing on the Rock, and then the Rock does his slaps. Oh, he gets kneed in the stomach, and then it's Roman hits him with the T-bone. Because Roman, what he has done is he's implemented more power moves into his moveset, which I do like. And then The Rock, unless he says, like, yeah, don't throw me around, he can just sell. So keep selling. Because again, The Rock's another one here only had 5 moves, bro. Float over DDT,
Oh
close
yeah,
flying close line, rock bottom, spine buster, people's elbow.
yeah. His bag of tricks is not he doesn't have to reach too far. There's
I
not a
have
lot. There's not a
literally
lot of them
never,
in there.
bro, I've only ever seen The Rock do one other submission than a sharpshooter, and it was the figure 4 leg lock because he was facing Ric Flair.
I just hope somebody takes it off Roman because I'm sick. I'm sick of it. Like I'm that zoned out of anything that he's doing.
Yeah.
I have, and to be honest, I have with the character that Cody is running. I have no real interest in him having a title reign, but at least he'll be there to do stuff
The thing,
on
yeah,
a weekly basis.
yeah.
So
I feel like Cody would elevate. If I feel like Cody would do good with a title. I feel like he would have that drive in which he wants to. You see that what Becky was doing with the NXT title?
it would make the shows a lot more interesting because now there's a title involved, pretty much week to week, right? And there'll be matches involved with it. It's a step up just by default, essentially,
yeah.
right? I just the character he's running is just not one that I care for, right? Mostly for the same reason I never really cared for Cena's. It's the same kind of thing, right? But I'm not saying I don't like Cody, right?
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
loved ROH Cody and I loved Indie Cody. I absolutely adored New Japan Cody. That was fucking excellent stuff. But
I like WWE Cody right now in ring.
I just find it way too everything is over the top there though.
Oh yeah.
Like,
But I think that's Cody. I feel like when he was in AEW, he was actually toning it down. Not because he wanted to,
he
but
had
because and the
and
crowd, etc.
I've said that multiple times.
Yeah,
Right?
this is
He
Cody.
was
This right now is the real Cody Rhodes.
he was in AEW, he was running a very scaled back version of what we see here.
Exactly. Yeah.
And some people sniffed that out. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you're not one of us.
This is a WWE kind of character. We just all came over here because we were sick of this. Right?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this here?
His matches, his entrance.
Yeah.
It was great. It's like when Cody had a match, it was like it was separate from the whole show.
Yeah.
It literally stood out. Like
He
as
didn't
like
come out of the tunnels. He came out of his own thing, and
yeah, even that. It was
yeah,
just so. And why, like, even what the fuck was that about? Like, how did he get away with that so long, bro? Think about it. Did no one ever go cold you? Are you not aware that you are basically one of the founders of this company, and
yeah,
you are the
mm,
only one that has a self-absorbed
yeah,
fucking lift that brings you up to the, and you don't go through none of the tunnels of your own company.
yeah.
And the worst thing is
You are
that,
one of the founders, not the founder.
and you give yourself two entrances in the
Yeah,
sense that you got the whole dum 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 and the whole lights and everything,
yeah.
and then
No,
you
but
have your. Oh, it was like,
yeah,
bro, why are you so off your ass? What's happened?
yeah. But I noticed that when he was there, and it kind of it turned me off a bit. I'm
Yeah, no, me too.
like, I just left a promotion that almost got me out of wrestling altogether. Like, I don't need this here. If I if I want that, I know where it's at. It's
Yeah,
two
yeah.
days. It's 2 days prior. I can go watch it. I want that, right?
And watch it on old WCW YouTube
Yeah,
videos. Disco Inferno versus Alex Wright. Let's
Alex
go,
Wright,
baby.
the dance off.
Yeah.
Speaking of dancing, Matt Menard cut quite a impassioned promo.
What was this on thing last night?
Yeah,
Uh, Matt Menard is that which one's which? Matt Menard is the one with
2.0.
the yeah, but is he the
Yeah,
one that
no,
fucking the chubby one or the slim one?
the one that's not after Ruby.
Ah, yeah, the funny
Right.
one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's fucking hilarious. I didn't
Yeah.
hear it. I did see Ruby fall onto Cool Hand Ange,
Yeah.
and they looked at each other's eyes all lovingly.
Yeah. So that's sowing the seeds of doubt between Matt Menard,
yeah,
Cool Hand, and Garcia. So that's going to split.
been doing that for a little
Matt
minute. So,
Menard is going at it verbally with Soraya, who is now kind of pissed at Ruby because she's not paying attention to what the fuck she's
Menard
doing.
and
So
Soraya, bro.
so
They're flirting.
that's going to come to a head. So
Matt Menard and Soraya are flirting. What Soraya's doing with Matt Menard over here is like, well, I don't know. I say over here because I've not been anywhere fucking else. But over here, girls will do that with you in a manner where if you don't notice it, you would think that they actively don't like you. But it's a thing in which you're meant to kind of just clock onto it. So I guarantee you, give it a month, like 6 shows. Matt Menard and Soraya are gonna be good friends, bro. Trust me. Watch. Remember I said this, yeah? Remember on Crew Day Live Thanksgiving, Remy said Matt Menard and Soraya are gonna be buddies. I
well, and
promise.
that's possible. They they
Yeah. But I
they
can see
they
the
they are
signs.
brewing something there. So I'm
Mm,
kind of it got my interest to say, okay, what he's doing, where's
yeah.
this going, right? But they're not doing it in a way where what's a good way to put this? Like what they did last night, which was on the outside of the ring, it didn't overshadow to the point where it was overbearing on what was going on inside of the ring.
Yeah, no, definitely.
One one didn't interfere with the other. They got two things done at the same time, right? Sky Blue picks up another win. Like everybody knew
Sky,
Anna Jay was losing that, but
Anna J, I feel so, shout out Anna J, man. I feel sorry for her stuff.
and Anna Jay is good. She's only young
Yeah,
too. She's only like
yeah,
25. So
yeah.
they got a few there in their 20s, like Julia
Even
Hart, Sky
Sammy
Blue,
Farmer's
Tony
wife, when she
Storm,
comes back, take on
Jamie
Tay.
Hayter. Like they're all in their 20s. Mariah May, 25.
Yeah,
You know,
the
uh,
same
the
party.
looks Mariah May was giving Tony Storm on that acceptance speech. This is
Oh,
gonna
wait. That acceptance speech. I know you liked it, bro. You get me? Flipping sitting in the crowd like it's a Grammys nomination and standing up and you hear your name, piss off. That was hilarious.
who I forget who she thanked, but he's been dead for 40 years. She
Jack
thanked
Warner.
yes, I'd like to thank Jack Warner. He's like, he's drunk dead for like 4
Like, what
decades.
are you talking about, lady? Jeez.
And then she sent the note to Tony at the media scrum after all out.
I don't watch the scrums.
Oh, the AEW scrums are good because they're pretty off the cuff, but
Yeah.
she was supposed to have been there, but instead of showing up, she sent Tony a handwritten note. My dearest Anthony.
Yeah, she called him Anthony Khan.
Yeah. I had to catch an aeroplane. And this is how she wrote.
Yeah.
So when you address me on the Turner Broadcasting System, please give my regards to Ted. Like,
She's wicked, man.
he was he didn't know. You could tell when he was
Oh
reading.
yeah,
It was the
this is
first time
her.
he'd
It's
seen it.
all her.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. Give my
This is
regards
all
to
her.
Ted. Does Ted even own TBS anymore? I have no idea.
Bro. The thing with Toni Storm, the best thing about her is, yeah, her character's doing like bits right now, but she's an amazing fucking in-ring wrestler.
She is, yeah. She can bring both. Like,
Oh, bro,
she's doing the character work, but when she gets in the ring, she can back that up too.
Yeah. It even outshines her character work because you're like, whoa, she's a fucking badass, like, or sorry, badass. Like,
but she even ties it in right into her in-ring gear now. Like if you look at what she's wearing, it looks like a bathing suit from that era.
Yeah.
The high shorts, longer legs. You're covered more up top. Like she's playing it 100%.
She's playing it
So
for
when this thing with Mariah May really kicks in,
imagine Mariah Carey fucking debuted on AEW, and then she's all like, that's a signature move. She does whistle tones. Mariah Carey versus Red Velvet. Like, Red Velvet wins a match, and then out of nowhere, some woman in the heels and a gold sparkling dress just clotheslines Red Velvet out of her shit. And then they're like, everyone's like, oh my god, who's that? And then she lifts her hair over her from her face, and it's Mariah Carey. Sorry, this is because David said Mariah Carey randomly.
Well, it's that fucking Christmas song that's on 24/7 over here. I don't know if you're subjected to that type of
the Christmas
torture.
We get adverts. So like, there's one in particular that's been coming out since I was about 4 years old, and whenever I see it, it gives me mad nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's it goes, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, and then they show one big long 18-wheeler Coca-Cola bottle. Coca-Cola, but I'm dumb. 18-wheeler Coca-Cola bottle. Imagine, lorry.
Well, I was in Walmart last Friday. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, it's November. Why are you playing this music? It's like, I have to go.
People have their trees up already.
I sell trees at the moment. Yeah, I know.
Oh, see, it started selling proper since November already. So someone somewhere would have had their tree up for a month before Christmas.
Yeah. Old buddy of mine had his up for, I think he said, I was talking to him last night, 2 weeks. Like, why? Like, do you live in I literally asked him, like, do you live in the forest? Like, fucking log cabin or what?
Do you come from the Vikings? That's so fucking.
It's like, are you Bigfoot?
Have you ever heard of modern society?
But yeah, Toni Storm, when this thing with Mariah really kicks in, and she begins to spiral into fucking madness over what's going to eventually happen, it's going to be a sight to see.
Mariah May, we need to see some matches from her on TV.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they will. They will. Just give that time. Let them play out what they're doing.
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. Somebody said that. Somebody said that the other night. It's like, can we just get to this Edge and Christian match? It's been like, I'm like, stop, like, stop. Well, they got to do it. It's like, well, they are, yes. I said, but chances are it's going to be Nick Wayne he gets first because he fucking speared him in half.
Is that what he
And,
did?
yeah,
How? 1 second. How do you, as a goodie, run down the ring to stop your fucking? I don't know. To stop whatever he stopped with the mum and Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus.
there was a lot of heel
Yeah.
character work in that
Lots.
ring. Yep.
Edge. That's why I put the poll up.
Yep.
That's exactly why I put the poll up, because Adam Copeland, he didn't even look at the mom once.
No.
He didn't look at her once.
He's focused on Christian. Period.
Yeah. He put her son in a spliff, bro, in front of her. Like, what?
Yeah.
Imagine.
And he concertoed Nick in front of his mother. Mind you, Nick was kind of edging on. Pardon the pun.
Yeah, I did put he's all telling him to hurry up. I was like,
hurry up and do it.
This is a very evil ring right now.
Yes, very, very.
Luchasaurus is fighting his demons.
Excuse me?
Sorry, Kill Switch.
Yeah.
Kill Switch.
Yeah.
That's the new name now.
So it wasn't.
He's been a bad boy.
Wasn't the meteor? Wasn't a comet that killed the dinosaurs off? It was fucking Christian Cage.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was Christian. Oh my gosh. He goes.
Yeah, but there was a lot of evilness in that. Yeah.
Yep, there we go. Here's another one. Slaps him in the face, tells him to go on his knee.
Yeah.
Fucking wait. First of all, Nick Wayne, hilarious. Nick Wayne. Goes on his knees. Without a second thought. Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Oh, okay. And then Christian says, what are you doing? Don't ever go on your knees for another man. Whilst Luchasaurus Killswitch is on bended knee.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that's so deep. So deep. Leah, come quickly. 1 second more. Wait, are you dressed in that properly? Yeah, come. Nothing. Here, can you make me a hot drink, please? What?
I'm not making you one. He's called me a slut.
No, never. I was joking, man. Leah, come on, bro. Man's on stream and that, bro. Yeah, but can you?
I'll bring it down. I'm not making a hot drink.
Why? Where's mum?
In bed.
Oh, I bet you just put the water on, bro.
I put the water on.
So why can't you just make it for me?
I'm not making a hot drink.
You're this.
Take
Oh, that's lively. But you're still racist. Sorry, little interval.
No worries.
I had to ask my sister to make me a tea, bruv, but she ain't trying to do it because she's racist. She doesn't like black people. Yes, I know she's black as well. Let's not fucking point the obvious out, guys. Yeah? Today, right, I was playing pool with my friends at the pub, and then there were two lads there, so we started playing with them. But then what's happened is, because me and my friends were good, we done me and one of the lads versus my friend and one of the lads. Me and the guy I was with got absolutely fucking battered, right? The two lads are white. I've said, yo, man, that's racism. And then the guy goes, you can't say that because your team is literally black and white. So I said, okay, then it's interracial racism. Yeah, because you've always got to be one step ahead. That's just my little, That wasn't to do nothing with wrestling. You weren't meant to learn nothing from that. That's just, happens, isn't it? Roses are dead. Violets are dead. Absolutely. I'm a bad gardener.
What else we got on the go here? Oh, we have 2 more matches in the Continental Classic.
The C2. He's got to get that name over.
Claudio draws his first round matchup against Daniel Garcia in his evolution from sports entertainer to pro wrestler,
Pro wrestler.
which is, I believe, why he's in this particular tournament. I don't know who wins this.
Yeah, me too. But if it's pissed off Claudio he's facing, then I know who
And
wins.
Claudio.
This.
Yeah.
Pissed off Claudio is a whole different beast, and he's actively made that a thing.
Yeah.
So when he comes straight down to the ring, you know it's gonna be a different type of match for him. Yeah. Also, I love that he's made the uppercut a finishing move. Like, what the hell? Because he will hit 100 in a match, but when he hits the last one, or when not even the last one, when he hits the finishing uppercut, you always know when it is, and he does that with no build up or nothing. He literally will just hit it out of nowhere, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's over."
Yeah, and he's strong enough to make that believable.
He is, but my problem is, for obvious reasons, you can't uppercut someone and hit the actual chin. You have to do it on the chest.
Yeah, you hit here.
Yeah. But what I don't like about that now is when he does the chop back and forths. Because when someone chops him or forearms him, he uppercuts them. So just for the sound effect, it doesn't have that same. So you know, like Minoru Suzuki. If him and Cesaro were to have a match now, and Suzuki likes to do the forearm trade-off, Cesaro wouldn't do that. He'd instantly go for the uppercuts.
Yeah.
And do you see now that kind of, if you had to rate that move spot, if you had to rate that spot out of 10, and usually that forearm spot never goes below a 7, because it's forearm, uppercut, that could just bring that down a bit. And for me, it does. So that's what I don't like about when he uses the way he uses the uppercuts. But generally, I like the way he uses uppercuts. When he throws them to the turnbuckles, when he's fucking, like when he just starts pummeling the shit out of them in the corner. Like, I'm with it.
I wonder if we get a closer version of Garcia to Red Death.
Was that before he broke both his legs?
Yeah.
Because, see, I didn't know he broke both. First of all,
he's only like 24 yet.
Exactly. And this is what I was going to say. I remember, so I got run over when I was a teenager. And I literally just fractured my knee. I fractured my knee. My knee has never been the same since.
No, it wouldn't.
Imagine breaking both your fucking legs and still being able to put, Tegan broke both her knees.
And to be able to do what he does in that ring at the level that he can do it at the age that he is phenomenal, really. And a lot of people are saying, it's like, oh, they ruined Daniel Garcia. It's like, he's still a kid. Like, he's still putting it together, right?
He's literally got a minimum of 15 years in him.
Yeah, like, you don't hit your stride until late 20s. Like, 28 to 33 is when I got to figure it out. You should by that stage. But
I think that's what the problem is now. Because you got the MJFs, what's happening now is a lot of, not even people, I think promoters, generally, TK himself, just through habit, that's what I think. Okay, cool. Example, I play over here, we got Football Manager. It's not NFL Manager, it's Soccer Manager, basically. Right?
Same premise, just,
Yeah. So it's literally the same thing, simulation game, in-depth database, you know what I mean? You can buy players, potential rating, star rating, all that stuff, yeah? I can have, say like I have a team now, a squad, let's use Fulham, because Tony Khan owns Fulham over here, football club. I own Fulham. Say I have Davey, Shug, and Matty in my squad. Say Davey is the wonder kid that's just come up. He's 19 years old. But generally, what happens with wonder kids is they might get 2 or 3 goals in a match, in a season, but they don't develop until maybe 6 years later, right?
Yeah.
Say Shug is 30. 30-year-old strikers, so attackers, they usually fizzle out within the next 2 years. They hit their prime around 27, 29. They fizzle out around 31, 30 because you get slower and obviously your body and etc. etc.
So that would be
So
the equivalent of a running back in the NFL.
yeah. All right then. And then say that Matty's 26, 25. Matty is a defender, as in like he defends the ball from going into the net before the goalie has to. Yeah, his job is to get the ball off you and clear it, or if you're on attack, he has to be in the areas where the ball might go out for a rebound so he can catch it, get it back in with his foot, obviously. With that positioning, all you have to do is be good. And you can be good for 10 years.
For a period of time. Yeah.
So with that now, say like with wrestling now, generally what you need is a Matty. But say a Davey comes along, 19-year-old wonder kid, and he has banger of a match after banger of a match after. When you now have to get 3 more players, you're going to think, am I going to go for a Davey, a fucking Matty, or a Shook? And then because right now the wonder kid is, that's what you start implementing. And I think that's what TK started doing too much with the 4 pillars stuff. Because if you notice, he backed the fuck off that shit really quickly.
Yeah, because you got to let them.
Because they're all young. They're all literally on the first. You're saying that these guys are the 4 pillars. Pillars are literally not built in a minute, or a day. So if they're pillars of a big fucking temple, then my brother, let them pillars build. What?
And Garcia is a perfect example of that. Because when he got there, like in ring, he was good.
Yeah,
anybody could see that, right? He had the character development of a matchstick.
Oh yeah,
right.
literally.
It wasn't there.
He just used to wear the
So
candle.
whatever they were doing with him, as far as in ring goes, like okay, we know that's good. We know that. Let's pull you back, right? And let's put you with someone where you can develop that character. That's why he didn't go to BCC. He didn't need it. He already had that aspect of his game already. Right?
If Daniel Garcia
Jericho,
did go BCC, he would have taken the Wheeler Utah gimmick.
He would have,
yeah. And it would have suited him as well.
Yeah. But I think Daniel has more of a natural way about him to play the character that he is.
Yeah.
Now,
even the dance.
Yeah. Like, could you picture Wheeler Utah doing that?
No.
But
this is the thing though, with Wheeler Utah, I feel like a lot of our perspective of him has been shaped by how he's been in BCC. Because when he initially came in with Best Friends, he was nothing. He wasn't serious. He wasn't, and so he didn't really think. Even that question there, if you had asked me that question back in whilst Utah was in Best Friends, I would have said, yeah, why not?
Well, but I remember Wheeler when he came in, and I looked at him and I was like,
it didn't sit right.
There was nothing there that drew me to him, including his in-ring stuff, right? When he got hooked up with Mox and them, it's like, okay, you got something. Now, what is it? What is it that you have, right? And then he did that match with Mox where he fucking bled about 8 pints, and then they sent him off to Japan in the best of the Super Juniors, and he came back. So over that 6-7 month period, he completely changed the perception of himself. By being associated with that group in his little excursion across the pond.
But I like his gimmick as well now because it's literally, first of all,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking point blank.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, unless you kill me or I physically can't move, I'm literally gonna keep getting back up.
Yeah.
Like that is he's like, no, that's my thing. He's like, oh yeah, I'll beat you up so bad that you nearly died. Oh yeah, that's my thing. Like, do it again, I'm ready. Like, what?
And that has given him more of an edge in the ring. Right?
Perfect, man.
Like, he can still, like, he had a pure rules match tonight. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But he still had that edge to him.
You need to stop doing that fucking roll out the ring inside the
I
ring.
fucking hate that. I didn't like
Yeah.
when Mox did it either.
Oh,
Ambrose.
Jesus. It's so
I'm
bad.
like, will you stop?
The only one that I like is El Idolo because he just fucking sits in the rope and he's just being cocky.
Yeah, that's a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
That's more of a fuck you.
Ray Fenix one, it looks aesthetically nice. But also, I don't believe anyone's going to stand there and watch a man slowly fucking swing his body one way out the ring and then back into the ring and then spin around and do a kick, my guy. Like, that should get counted 9 times out of 10.
When Andrade does it, he has the intimidation factor to go with it and the attitude.
He's a tank, man.
Yeah.
He's the fucking shortest, biggest man you're ever going to see.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like someone that could be shorter than you, but it feels like they're still towering over you. He has that presence. Like,
speaking of presence, we're getting a present Saturday. This Eddie Kingston is fighting Brody King.
That match is going to be a horse fight.
Yeah.
Kingston needs to fucking go sit down for 5 months and heal up his injuries, bro. He can't even lift his shoulder. He can't lift his shoulder. He can't take a bump on his shoulder, bro. Go rest up.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think like the belts that he has, like come December 30th, he won't have those. And
why did they put the belts on him? Why is if there was outrage about Samoa Joe dropping his belt to go for the world title, why is there no similar, or not the same, but similar outrage in the fact that you literally, the whole time Kingston has been about, the whole thing has been him never winning a world title, not being good enough for it. He's now done that, plus won a second title, and within a month, you're now going to make him relinquish some titles.
Well, how long does he have the belts?
I
personally have no problem with him holding those belts right now.
Yeah, me neither.
The strong title he's held for 142 days.
Yeah.
And the ROH World title he has for 65 days. So by the time that's up, he will have held it for 3 months.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Assuming he loses it, like on the 30th, he would have to win the tournament to retain it. So likely he is, But I mean, if anybody has put the work in over the years to have those 2 moments, it's him. Like like he idolizes New Japan. And for him to be carrying around one of their belts, like that is a dream. After 21 years in the business, that is a dream come true. Like this year alone, you got a world title belt. He's walking around with a New Japan title. He's been in a G1.
You're wrestling your fucking heroes.
Yeah, like the stuff that they have done for that man this year, is just incredible. Like it's people talk about moments all the time in wrestling. He's been having them all year. It's like I said, it's been a joy to watch. Joy to watch.
Davey, I'm gonna need you to do a top 5 countdown of anything whilst I go and make my tea.
Top 5 countdown. Let's see. I believe I did a top list of matches for the week.
I'm have it, bruh. Where is my card? Oh yeah, I bought it up. 1 second, let them know.
Yeah, it's over by the thing on the table. Next to the next to the other thing. Just move that.
The kitchen downstairs.
Exactly. So we got a top 8 matches of the week. So if anybody's looking for matches to see that they have not seen yet, across various promotions, here they are. Coming in at number 8, and from Monday Night Raw was the Becky Lynch and Xia Li match. If you love women's wrestling, check that one out. Ending was a bit off with Becky going over and Zaya having the title match the next night. But beyond that, match was good. Coming in at number 7, match from this evening in Ring of Honor, Katsuyori Shibata was taking on Trent Beretta in a Pure Rules title match. Just two veterans going at it in a wrestling style format match. So if you like those style, definitely check that one out on Ring of Honor. Up next, we have from the New Japan tag tournament that is going on, Ren Narita and Shoto Umino. They went up against United Empire. Another excellent one to check out if you like tag team action. Swinging our way back to Ring of Honor, the aforementioned Wheeler Yuta in another Pure Rules match went up against Lee Moriarty tonight. So Ring of Honor was rocking tonight for their Thanksgiving special. Another good match. Sticking with Ring of Honor, we have Lee Johnson versus Fred Rosser versus Jack Cartwheel versus Willie Mack. All kinds of different styles in this one. Fast action, hard hitting. Jack Cartwheel, if you like lots of flips, he is your man. And Willie Mack, the stuff he can do in the ring for his size, will boggle your mind. You would not see that coming from him. Next up, we circle back to AEW and the Jay White and Rush match, round 1 of the Continental Classic. Also from AEW, coming in at the runner-up place so far this week, was the Jon Moxley and Mark Briscoe match. These two just basically beat the shit out of each other for the entirety of the match, which was to be expected. For anybody that has seen these two wrestle over the years. And coming in at number 1, this is not a match anybody would have thought would come in at number 1. The Marina Shafir and Ronda Rousey versus Athena and Billy Starks. Now, this match also took place on Ring of Honor tonight. If you were a fan of Ronda Rousey in WWE, I would most definitely check this one out because this is a different Ronda. It won't be the same one that you just seen recently. She looks refreshed. She looks relaxed. She looks happy. She looks more fluid in the ring, and she teams really well with Marina. Her and Marina are are good friends as well. So there's a connection there. The other connection to this would be Athena, because there is a connection there between when Athena was Ember Moon in WWE and Ronda was there. I believe they were put together as partners at one time, if I'm not mistaken. That was mentioned during the broadcast. So they tied the history in, and they also mentioned her WWE time. So they did give a nod to her being there, which was nice.
Yo, David, you good, yeah?
I believe so.
Yeah. All right, cool. Give me the 2 minutes. I just came upstairs to check that. After the other day, I asked Shug to lead the stream whilst I went to make my tea, and he was like, oh shit, and he went into straight panic mode, and I saw the hands go on the head, and I was like,
No,
don't worry,
I was just going over my top 8 matches of the week, giving a little rundown where they were from and who was in them and such.
All right, sweet. As long as you're good. Literally, I'm coming here. Sorry about this, bro.
No
Asked my
worries.
sister to fucking put the kettle on, and she didn't. So
You Brits and your tea.
yeah, that's what I live on,
My
man.
goodness.
Come on.
But yeah, to circle back to the Ronda Rousey, they did team together. Ember Moon and Ronda Rousey, they went up against Nia Jax and Tamina a few times. And they also teamed with Natalya, going up against Mickie James, Liv Morgan, and Ruby Riott. So they do have history there between the two of them. Uh, Ronda Rousey is not signed to Ring of Honor or to AEW. She's on a, for anyone wondering, she's on a handshake deal. So this could be a one-off. I doubt it. It looks as if they're building to a storyline that could culminate in a match at Final Battle between Athena and Ronda Rousey. Now, if you want to draw eyes to a pay-per-view, that is a way to do it. And we could also get a side match of Marina Shafir and Billy Starks, which would be quite interesting as to. But as a tag team, that's all. They're an interesting pair, Marina and Rousey. They work really well together in the way they similar styles, but there's enough difference between the two of them where they play off each other quite well. So very interested in this Ronda Rousey resurfacing and where this goes. And one thing we didn't touch on yet, which would be the rather large pay-per-view that is coming up this weekend, WWE Survivor Series, War Games. So I think me and Remy will probably finish off with that. And what do we got on the card? The women's war game match: Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi versus Damage Control, new and improved, which comprises of Asuka, Bayley, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. Singles match: Carlito and Santos Escobar. We have Gunther versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Heavyweight title, as Gunther refers to it as. Women's World title match: Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. And then the big one, the Men's War Games match: Drew McIntyre and Judgment Day. Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and JD McDonough. Jordan Devlin, for those who remember him prior to his WWE tour. They're going up against Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, and not CM Punk. By all accounts, CM Punk won't be at this show, so I wouldn't get your hopes up too much if that's what you're going to be tuning in for. So I would hate to see anybody overly disappointed to not see Pepsi Phil not show up at the show. But I'll be interested to get Remy's predictions on who he thinks is going to win these ones. And what do we have on the SmackDown docket for tomorrow? We have a WWE Raw Tag Team title / SmackDown title tag team match. We have the Judgment Day going up against the Street Profits, which is interesting timing to have a tag team match right prior to a major match that two of those gentlemen would be going into. So I think that one may have been better served to have been done after War Games, I think, because you wouldn't have Judgment Day losing going into that War Games match. And for those wondering about Drew McIntyre, as he stated on Monday, he has not officially joined Judgment Day. So he's essentially operating as more of a gun for hire. Uh, you know, Rhea Ripley did for him, so he's doing for her. So he's basically essentially doing her a solid. Now, where this goes and what this gets Drew, I don't know. If he's trying to circle back to Seth again, which is possible. which is possible because I think Drew deserves a run with that belt. I think he would do it quite well. Uh, and Seth needs, in my opinion anyway, a little bit of a revamp of his character. He's been running this one for quite a while now, and I know the song is over and everybody loves singing it, but you have to evolve. Right? This character doesn't seem to evolve any. Is the problem? It doesn't change based on events that happen to him. It's kind of all the same. So if they could tinker with that a little bit, that would be good, I think. And there's any other interesting things going on over the weekend. There's no pre-show, it looks like, for War Games, so there won't be any pre-show matches on this one like they did last time, where I believe they had the Sami Zayn JD McDonough match. I wish they would do more of that though. Give us something to watch, like prior to the big show, instead of just having people talk for an hour or 2 hours. And we're also getting some builds to Wrestle Kingdom coming up, which is always the major show over in New Japan. So right now, we have Bullet Club War Dogs. They're defending their IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title match. That's Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney. They're going up against Catch 22, which would be Francisco Akira and TJP. Uh, TJP, for the WWE fans in the audience, you might remember him as TJ Parker way back when. But he's been plying his trade now in New Japan for quite a while and has completely revamped his character and in-ring work, just doing phenomenal stuff over there. So if you were ever a fan of him before, check him out in New Japan. You'd be glad you did. And Francisco Akira is one of the best young in-ring workers out there right now. He's only 24. Italian wrestler, but excellent in the ring. We have another title match on the go. The never open weight, Shingo Takagi, the champion, giving his rematch to Tamatonga. Tamatonga, you may remember, early in this year, there was talks of him going to WWE along with Hikuleo. He chose to resign with New Japan though, so he won't be going to WWE, nor will Hikuleo. They are signed back to New Japan. Zack Sabre Jr., who has just been having an amazing year. He puts his New Japan World Television title on the line against Hiroshi Tanahashi, an absolute legend over in New Japan. Not quite the wrestler he once was. Tanahashi is getting up there in age. He got bad knees. He's 47, so this will likely be a more of a grounded game match, which suits Zack Sabre just absolutely fine. Next up, we have the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match already set. We have Hiromu Takahashi. He's going up against El Desperado. Takahashi would fit right in having a match with Darby Allin, for those of you that are unfamiliar with him. Just amazing in-ring performer. Amazing. And El Desperado, for those of you who are unfamiliar with him, El Desperado is nuts. Like he will do anything in the ring, like forks, sticks in the head. He was the one in the match with John Moxley that put the sticks in his forehead on more than one occasion. For those wondering who El Desperado is, but that's just a very small smidgen of what he's done over his career. 39 years old, El Desperado, getting
That's
up
what
there.
see the age don't mean nothing no more, man.
And we got 3 more matches.
Go ahead,
The
my bro.
IWGP World Heavyweight title is on the line. Sonata is going up against Naito. Naito is just an absolute legend in professional wrestling. Full stop.
Question: Tetsuya Naito.
Yep.
Sorry, not to mess up your flow.
Oh, no, you're
But,
good.
what was who was bigger, him or Tanahashi?
Well, they were
And why
both.
were either of them so big? What made them like so big? Because I didn't watch New Japan whilst they were in their prime. I started watching New Japan when Tanahashi just started realizing, okay, yeah, maybe he's lost a step.
Yeah. Well, his knees are shot. And he's 47.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that match he's having with Sabre for the TV title, like I was saying to our viewers there, that's going to be a very grounded match. Which is fine. It suits Zack Sabre fine. He'll fucking tie Tanahashi up into
Oh yeah,
press
he
him.
was fucking pretzel him.
Tanahashi was more of the. I always found him to be perceived to be better in the ring than Naito.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always gravitated more towards Naito. He just has a presence and an aura about him that it just draws you right to him. Like he can tell a story with facial expressions.
Okay.
Like he just has that way about him, right? From the way he dresses to his attitude to he never has to say a word,
Yeah.
and rarely does.
Tetsuya Naito, he's like a Yakuza man. But funny enough, he's in the Yakuza game series. A big game series that's gone. It's in Japan, but it's been released in the Western world from a good few years ago, and it's doing amazing over here. So yeah, it's got him in it. It's got a few New Japan legends in it, and even the newest Yakuza game that came out this year, 2 of them. One of the people you can have as like one of your underlings is Kenny Omega.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I hear he's good.
he's apparently he's good at like getting stars or something, but
unless you talk to our friend the captain.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't quite. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But Naito's only 41, so Naito got a little ways to go yet.
But doesn't Tanahashi's 47?
Tanahashi's 47.
Doesn't his 47 feel a lot older than Adam Cole?
It does, yes. Yeah.
It's
like
weird,
there's guy like Suzuki's in his, I think he's 55 or 56.
Suzuki we were talking about this. He has old man body. So that's when it's like, okay, yeah, but he doesn't move like
he doesn't move like he moves. Suzuki moves a lot better than Tanahashi does now.
Exactly.
But they were smart with Tanahashi. They wanted to keep him somewhat in the forefront there, but they can't have him out wrestling singles matches, right, all the time. So they got him in him and Okada and Ishii are the trios champion.
And we've seen what happens when he's had his single matches lately as well.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not good.
No, they're putting him in the matches based on name, not on what he
definitely
not on what he can currently do.
Took me a while to realize that as well.
The other 2 matches that I got left here, one is for the IWGP United States Heavyweight title that they're going to have a new belt for. This is a 3-way match. This is David Finlay, John Moxley, and Will Ospreay.
Ospreay.
There's the ways this can go.
Ospreay.
They can leave it in-house with David. They could have Moxley win it, and then have Will come back after it.
But they've put out that Will's leaving, isn't it?
Yep. But Will can still work selected dates in New Japan.
Oh yeah, generally, even whilst he's leaving.
So, it pays to work well with others. because I think that was a big selling point of getting Will there. Because if he signed in WWE, that would not be on the table. And then I guess there's quite a few big matches on this, but Bryan Danielson going up against Okada.
I'm back.
Oh yeah, the last match that I was mentioning there, Bryan Danielson, he's fighting Okada. So this will be a rematch from their Forbidden Door, where Okada unfortunately broke Daniel's arm, and then he continued to wrestle for 10 minutes
Mm-hmm.
because he's fucking nuts.
He's a weirdo. He's a nutter. He's an absolute nutter. That's why.
So Danielson, in his promo leading up to this, has vowed to break Okada's arm so he will never again, ever, be able to perform the Rainmaker.
The thing though, they're playing it out to say that Okada injured his eye, innit? But it wasn't. He actually injured his eye. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But I think in storyline, they're making it to say that the Rainmaker was the reason why he's currently injured.
Yeah, that's why they never said anything, right? It's like, okay, I got a match with Okada coming up in a tag, and I know I'm having the match at Wrestle Kingdom, so if you back out of that match, you fuck up a lot of things going forward in more than one promotion, right? Then you got to regroup and recircle, right? Like there's a lot of things in play, with that's why I tell people, like when they ask questions like why are they doing this or why did they wait, why didn't they announce this, it's like you have to look at it differently there. It's not always one dimensional where you're looking at just the AEW roster, because it's oftentimes it's not. It's like who is involved and where do these people work. It's like, okay, is there a connection there? If there is, that's probably why they held off on waiting, right? It was like the Ospreay match at Wembley. Why did they wait so long? It's like, well, because Will was in the G1, right?
Yeah.
You can't announce something here if there's already something going on there, because you're going to fuck up that, right? So there's more to it than just a straightforward booking process, right? So it's different.
You mentioned announce, right? And apparently, I don't know if you got this news, the reason why they done the whole Randy Orton reveal or not reveal was so they can put out there that CM Punk isn't, at the very least, going to be the final man in the tag match, in a War Games match.
Yeah.
That's why they did it that way.
Yeah.
That's the scuttlebug.
And do you know how well that worked? Oh, he's still coming.
Yeah. It's don't get your hopes up for War Games, but you didn't say he's not coming.
Oh well, they're saying it's not coming, so they got to be playing us. So he's definitely coming then. Like
at this point, I don't. If he did come, like I'd be glad for the company in terms of what it now means, until the inevitable happens. But also, I don't give a fuck, man.
No,
I don't give a fuck.
It's like the election me and Cap are going to be covering next November. I have no dog in that fight. I'm Canadian. I don't care. Well, I shouldn't say that. I care to an extent, because I don't particularly. If the wrong person wins that next year, I don't particularly want to live next door to what that country will eventually turn into. That doesn't interest me. But by and large, it's not my fight, right? Pepsi Phil going to WWE, it's not going to be, promo wise and in ring wise, it's not going to be what we just seen. We all know that. So, if he does show up, what is it? What version of this are we getting?
Yeah.
Wait and see. Ideally, what I think they should do, Because I do think Phil eventually shows up there. It won't be Saturday, but I think he does. But
Royal Rumble.
it'll well, I think it'll be for a Mania match, and I
Imagine
don't think
Royal Rumble #1 entrant.
no, no, it won't be that.
If Jericho did
What
something similar,
I think it's I think they're going to try because they like these type of matches at Mania, right? CM Punk and Steve Austin. They can coax Steve into that, which I think he might be interested in. That accomplishes a couple of things.
is Austin active though? Does he want to wrestle? Because there's been no scuttlebutt on him wanting to wrestle.
It would have to be like like he wanted to do it with Owens, and they did that match really well. Like they hit a lot of So him and Phil could do something like that. The both of them are smart enough to put it together and pull it off. I would have no I would have no problem watching that match if I knew those two had their hands on it and put it together. That would interest me. That one.
I
But
have
what
no
else it would
interest.
do? The other thing it would do though, it would keep Phil essentially away from the rest of the roster.
Yeah, I did see you mention that. Wait, you can
Yeah.
hear me clearly, yeah?
Like, do you
Yeah,
really
I
want
did.
to, tie him up with Seth? Seth's contract is coming up. What if that blows
So
up?
my
Drew?
thing is, yeah,
Drew's is coming up. What if
my
that blows up? Sheamus, another one. It's a risk.
so
You know.
I believe, yeah, if CM Punk was to come back, I would. All right, so wait. First of all, the Austin thing you said, I'd put that more in a fantasy booking, not just in terms of. I don't feel like right now, just with the Kevin Owens and Austin match. I believe Owens came out and said that he hounded Austin for the match. Yeah. And it all started from when Owens first used the stunner. And he asked Steve how he thought of it. And he said he basically butchered it. And that's the first time he used it. And so that's where I believe their stems from. Do you know what I mean? I've not heard Austin say he wants to have a match with Punk ever. I heard him mention about the fact that it would make good business in terms of like the promos and whatever, and the buy rates, etc. But here's another thing: in that match of Owens, it was a good match, yeah.
Yeah, it was like
can you
as a wrestling match, it wasn't it wasn't
exactly
that, but it was very
if
entertaining.
if Austin's gonna have a match with Punk, bro, it's gonna be a wrestling match. I have no interest in seeing Austin try to wrestle right now.
I think it
I
would
have
be
no interest in
more.
seeing The Rock wrestle.
I think if it was Steve and Phil, it would be like it wouldn't be a straight up wrestling match. It would be like they couldn't go. They couldn't go to as far on the end of the spectrum as like MJF and Punk did, like in the dog collar match. They can't do that, right? Because they don't do that there. But it would be, there would be a lot of that element involved just in a WWE style, right? No holds barred or, anything goes, no DQ or whatever. It would be something like that that would hide a lot of the things that Steve can't do now, just due to his age. Like, no knock on Steve, but
No, definitely. It's
you
not
know, the
even
guy's in
necessarily
his late
his
50s.
age. It's more so that knee since he was in his fucking 20s. He's literally had knee braces since he was in his 20s. And now,
Yeah.
as you said, with the age, like,
Yeah. So
huge neck.
if they threw enough money at him, that might entice him. But like I said, it would keep Phil away from. Yeah, does he need it? It's the thing. Yeah.
I see. So yeah, I'm for Punk. It's absolutely everything else to do with him, but I'm not against him coming back.
They've never had a
What's
match.
the 2.5 hours. Yeah, but neither has Taker and Sting, and I wouldn't want to see that now either, bro.
No, God, no. No. No.
He said no,
Not
no, no.
not now. Like if there was a time, yeah. Like it would have been
Yeah.
interesting, but no. Like Sting's almost 60. Well, he's almost
Sting
65,
now, it's
64.
sad. It's sad. Seeing him do his 2 Stinger splashes, his Scorpion Death Drop and Lock.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. And you still hear people saying, "Oh, it's singles match," and it's like, no, like you do not want
Do you know
Sting in a
what?
singles match. Like it's
I
not gonna. Careful what you wish for, right? That's not it.
Part
It
of
won't.
me wants to see Sting in a singles match, but I think that's just nostalgia and a bit of cruel curiosity, because I've definitely watched him in a tag match get blown up
Yeah.
within minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like
and it's
if you
like,
watch them and you take the nostalgia part out of your head, and you watch actually what's going on,
no, yeah, you'd be like, what is this
you
old
know,
man doing in the ring?
you extrapolate the 2 minutes he's in the ring 6 times, like for a 12-minute match,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
really want to see him, gas? Like, because he'll be gassed with the entire thing of
He'll
it,
just be
right?
laying on the floor.
Yeah. And even with the big stunts that he, jumping off this or jumping off that, they're all in multi-man matches. So
Mm.
when he does those things,
He can now rest up for a long period of
right, the
time.
camera can now pan over to other people that are doing stuff while
Yeah.
he gets himself back together, right? There's a method to it. That's part of
Even
it.
the Sammy Guevara spot, he was meant to move out of the way, and he couldn't move out of the way in time.
Yeah.
And that's not, again, that's just like, you can't help mother time, boy.
No, your reaction time as you get older is not as quick.
You see how I said mother time instead of father time, because obviously I'm inclusive.
Yeah. See, none of this applies to me, but I'm.
No, yeah, you're David Callis, bro. It doesn't. Timeless.
Yes, I'm as spry as when I was chasing down Stegosauruses with a stick.
I say that around there. I'll be like, yeah, I'm as spry as I was when I was 13. And niggas will be like, you was never spry, my bro. And I'm like, exactly. There you go. I've been injured since 13.
You mentioned something earlier that you didn't follow up on.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was asking is Drew, Gunther, and Sheamus the top WWE match of the year? I threw mine out.
Ah.
Yes.
So my matches of the year, I've never actually noted down, but I can name some matches off my head. I won't do it in any order. Fucking hell, it's been a long year. All right, so they're probably just going to be all recent because I have an extremely shitty memory. It doesn't mean I've forgotten the match itself. It just means I've forgotten in this moment in time. So the first thing first is going to be Swerve versus Adam Page. That match was
no WWE matches.
Oh, WWE solely.
Yes, Mine were Carmelo Dragunov, the first one, and then the trios: Drew, Gunther, and Sheamus. I got Charlotte versus Rhea at number 3. Carmelo and Dragunov at 4, their second match. They have Dijak and Dragunov at 5. The Usos, Heat, against Cammy. That would be the one they won the belts at. And then my seventh one was Dragunov Carmelo 3. There's a common theme, if you probably noticed. Yeah, this guy is amazing.
He is.
But that's the 7 that made my top 50 that I keep a rolling tab on.
I'm gonna name some surprising ones. Bronson versus who was it? I'm so shit. Was it Ivar? No, it was Otis. Bronson versus Otis. I liked that match very much. Big meaty men match.
Was?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Did you get one? Tell Mama to thanks. Thank you. Alright. Oh, thank you, Benjamin. Sorry about that. Yeah, my house doesn't sleep. Otis, I really like that match. I very much like that match. It was very different in terms of like what you see now. Because there's not a lot of like big wrestlers no more, colossal wrestlers. That's one thing I've noticed. A lot of the wrestlers that are big, we really make him do with. Do you know what I mean? Like Lance Archer's a big boy. Lance Archer's a big boy. But Lance
Bronson
Archer
could always go, right?
Mm.
And especially if you watched his Jonah run when he was on his WWE sabbatical, we'll call it.
Yeah, and War Machine.
I miss War Machine.
Mm-hmm. That's what I know him as. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where I was introduced to them. It's funny because Ring of Honor, I watched it very frivolously, but every time I did it, I watched it. I was a big Marty Scurll fan. I hate to say that. I was. Yeah.
Marty was a very talented in-ring guy, and the fucker could talk. So
The best entrance music in the world.
Yeah.
The best entrance theme in the world. I don't care. Someone needs to fucking claim that theme song. F that guy. Claim that theme song. That's that, bro. The best theme. Best theme song in the world, bro. It's just a waste. It's such a waste. But yeah, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. So how's the only match I mentioned?
Otis. Another one that I liked was the Gargano Waller match when they put Johnny down in NXT for a second, and then they realize it's like, oh yeah, he's good, isn't he? Yeah, Johnny's good.
Stuff.
Yeah, he does stuff. What should we send him back up to the main roster where they don't know what to do with him? Yeah. Send him back up there. They still don't fucking know what to do with him. He gets no.
I've definitely
reaction.
made notes somewhere. I've definitely, yeah. 1 second. I just remembered I reactivated my Twitter, so we can do this now. I'm going to tell you my matches because my brain doesn't work.
But yeah,
the Creed Brothers debut tag match on the main roster. I liked that a lot. Yeah,
yep.
The one against Otis is in my top. Otis is in there twice. See,
the match so nice you had to list it twice.
Bro, Otis, I don't know. I've never cared for him in ring, but recently he's been putting in the work. You know,
Gable and Gunther had a good little series too, minus that 5-minute match.
They did, but I feel that Gable and Gunther, they're both two excellent wrestlers, so they was always gonna have a very.
Gable, I can't quite like. I like Gable in the ring. He's fucking excellent. Excellent. He can go in there with anybody. He's like a smaller version of Kurt Angle. But it's like they don't know what they want to do. It's like, do we want to?
How do they want to portray him?
Yeah, it's like Daniel Garcia in a way, only with very extreme swings either way.
Yeah.
They put him in the ring and he looks fucking excellent. Like, wow. And then you got him backstage in a comedy segment saying shush and excuse me with fucking Tozawa doing whatever he's doing. Right? It's like, do I take him serious? Is he a joke? Is he a comedy character? Is he pick one.
What do you want to be?
Yeah, like, like, do I buy into him or do I laugh at him or do I laugh with him or like, just pick something.
Yeah, he doesn't make me laugh.
No, he doesn't. Like,
he doesn't make me laugh. He's not funny, but he doesn't make me laugh. You know what I mean?
I find the shush about as endearing as what
it's
and
fucking annoying.
Yeah, and any other catchphrase that they throw at us ad nauseum.
Like, I like the when LA Knight says it because he says it well. Not so much now because you can tell that they're taking and push it more so. But when he used to say it before, He wasn't pushing it. He was saying it how Hogan says, brother.
It was natural.
And, it was.
Right. So what they've done with that is they've taken the natural aspect out of it, and they have him talking in catchphrases now.
Yeah, listen.
It's like just
I'm still
you
here.
you have been like you have been blessed with the ability to be able to talk and to hold people's attention.
Yeah.
Just do that, right? You don't need constant catchphrases throughout that to grab their attention. You already have it.
Have you heard Adam Pearce? Official. That's a new one, and that is official.
Well, I mean, Adam's more of not a wrestler. He's more of a character anyway. But
they're giving him a character shift now. Have you noticed?
They have, yeah.
Why?
It makes them a little more interesting. Because those fake GMs are tricky. They can. Their shelf life is not often long, so you have to do something with them to. You can't just run the same thing over and over. Well, there you can. But
do you believe Nick Aldis is going to wrestle at any point?
I don't. No. Because I'm trying to figure out. There's angles there for him to wrestle. Roman.
Fantasy book, kind of.
Roman. Nick had a 1,000-day reign. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis held the same belt. There's, GM versus GM. Although Adam hasn't been in the ring in a fair bit. Nick has.
Have you not done no indie matches or nothing?
Who, Adam Pearce? No, Adam can't do those. He's with WWE.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So with some of the talent, depending on their status, they allow them certain things.
Adam Pearce is 45.
Grief, I did not know that.
He's not
he looks
old.
Good. He looks good. No, I never thought about his age, but I did not expect that.
So his last match outside of WWE, and the ones that he had there were just basically non-events, was in 2014 in MPW against Ace Steel. So that'll tell you that was not yesterday.
Ace Steel.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a while ago. So, but I mean, if they wanted to do something, there's two things.
I thought it would. Because he posted the other day that he rejected a contract from WCW in 1999. Did you know that?
I did not.
Adam Pearce posted the other day a contract that stated, per your statement on like basically they said, we could.
Did he ever wrestle for them? He wrestled everywhere.
No, they tried to sign him and he said no, bro.
Yeah.
2 years before they sold out. What was he doing in 1999? Can you find out? Because that's when they sent him the contract and he said, "Nah, I'm good."
99. He was with the National American Wrestling Federation, St. Paul Championship Wrestling, American Wrestling Association Superstars of Wrestling for 2 matches, Great Lakes Wrestling, All-Star Championship Wrestling, Music City Wrestling, and Mid-American Wrestling.
So imagine how bad CW would have had to have been for a man to say, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, he wasn't exactly tearing it up back then. But he was just getting into his career, too. He started in... When did he start? Started in 96. and then basically hung him up in 14. But he's a 5-time NWA champion.
Who isn't?
Well, true. But I don't know after the Smashing Pumpkins incident of 2023, I don't know if that's a connection that WWE would want to make between Nick.
Instantly.
Yeah, they might have. Yeah, so they might sour on that, making that connection, if they would even bring it up, only vaguely. Well, we were champions, somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
they've been turned all over the globe.
Yeah, and we champions for a long time, not as long as Roman, because greatest of all time.
And beat Hogan's
So
streak.
yeah, we're gonna have a feud about stuff we can't really speak of, but trust us, it's good. I wish they would get
Something's
at it.
gonna happen at some point.
Something's gonna happen. That we can't tell you about why, because it happened somewhere else. But
Things and
and we don't.
stuff are going on.
Yeah, and we don't want you go looking, because you may find something you like and not come back. But
We don't want you to find it.
we don't want you drifting off too far. Just
Stay within these walls. 2 hours 45 minutes. Fuck it. So we do 15 minutes more.
Here's your WWE foam finger, your CM Punk ice cream bar, and your ankle bracelet, so you don't get away too far.
And your LA Night section card.
If you go to stream something else, your ankle bracelet will fucking explode and blow your foot off.
You have a sign? Sorry, you're gonna have to go home. You're gonna have to go home. You brought a sign? No. You don't know how this works. What do you think this is? 1998?
Yeah. Honest to God.
Bring your own fucking water bottle as well, yeah? Huh? Bring your own as well. We supply those.
I wish they would, though. Like, it would just open up so many doors for them.
And that's why they've stopped the signs, is because it literally blocks. You can't see shit from the crowd.
Yeah, well, I mean, the cell phones too. Yeah.
Bro, go watch a WC. Such a WCW. Go watch WWF from '99. Yeah, and just watch the first 5 minutes of intro, and just look at how many signs are in the crowd. And
they're packed. Yeah, I'm almost old enough, if it was on TV back then, to have watched WWF. I don't think it was. Well, I am old enough. It was going on at the time while I was alive. But yeah, Worldwide Wrestling Federation. Whoever thought that up?
Vincent, you got to see Senior. You've seen 4 generations of McMahon now.
Yeah, it was never on my bucket list, but here we are. I remember seeing.
No, wait. Sorry, you didn't like that sentence. Do you know why you didn't like that sentence? Because Vince McMahon is 70 odd.
Well, yeah.
But I noticed it after. You're there. Yeah, we have to talk about that.
Yeah, he's in his 70s, among other things. 70s. Being in his 70s is the least disgusting of them, but that's another topic.
Listen, Davey, this is what you said without saying anything. Yeah, Remy, chill the fuck out. Yeah, that's what you.
but I remember. I don't know if I seen it at the time when it was happening, but it was from that era. The Bruno Sammartino, Larry Zbyszko. Bruno beat the living shit out of Larry.
Larry Zbyszko, I only saw him as an old man in a suit and then he tried to wrestle a few times in WWE.
Yeah, but Larry was. Yeah, Larry was legit in his time.
Oh yeah, because he was there was a game called Legends of Wrestling.
Yeah,
and it literally had every legend. Now as a grown up, I need to go back and play that game because it came out in like 2004, maybe 2002. And my Legends, it had all the New Japan wrestlers. It had all the old school Golden Age wrestlers. It was crazy. It was crazy. Legends of Wrestling. It was an amazing game, man. And in the story mode, you went from territory to territory. And in each territory you went to, the owner of that territory gave you different tips. So say like you play, say like I go to the Midwest, Atlantic.
Yeah, and that's where Larry was too, Mid-Atlantic.
See,
In
they'll be
the
like, you
mid
need,
80s.
they'll be like, you need to win all your matches within 5 minutes and also get a 4 out of 5 stars. And then I might go to another place and they're like, yeah, mate, all your matches are going to be handicap matches. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But the game was so ahead of its time to the point where no other companies out like back then. So people only really knew WWE. So them games there with all them wrestlers. Now, if it came out now, it'd be like,
Yeah, and that's when I would have got into hooked onto Larry. Would have been around 84.
yeah.
He was in AWA, and I remember watching it back in the early 80s because that's when I first seen like Scott Hall and Kurt Hennig, Nick Bockwinkel, Lawler was there. Like a lot of the guys that you've seen later on in WWF, that's where they came from. AWA. Shawn Michaels started, based out of Minnesota, I believe, is where they originated from.
I have tried to watch like old school like wrestling, but I'm not someone that can watch an old school match. I'd have to watch the whole show. Do you know what I mean? And so the problem with that now,
Road Warriors.
Punch kick, clothesline, punch kick, finisher.
And Road Warriors came into there too, or they were through there. AWA. They had a ton of talent.
Oh yeah, but
ton of talent. They had Hogan.
No, yeah, I know, but I know the whole ordeal with Hogan, and he didn't want to. What's his name? He was the owner of it. He was the owner. And he didn't want to put the title on Hogan. That's why Hogan left.
Maddie just messaged how long we're going.
Oh yeah, we're finishing up. We're practically finished anyway. Yeah, fuck it. Let's call it a night.
All right. Thanks for joining us, folks. This was a long one, but me and Remy tend to talk on a lot of subjects.
We don't even. Whenever me and Davey do the podcast, we have no list. We just freestyle, which is crazy. Because we just freestyled for hours.
Well, you and I bounce well off each other, which is why we don't need that.
Definitely. Everyone follow the Crew Day podcast Twitter. It's up and coming, but we got some big hitters on there already. So I was gonna do shout outs, but I was gonna start butchering the account names, so I'm not gonna bother. But yeah, thank you for coming through.
Yeah,
we shall see you.
Check us out Saturday. Yeah, we will be doing a stream on Saturday, most likely the Survivor Series. And for those not watching the Survivor Series who want updates on the Collision events with the Continental Classic, we will have those too.
Exactly.
As the show happens.
And simulcasting niggas. Baby doesn't
because not only are we top tier podcasters, we can multitask.
So, multitasker. Pod taskers. Don't piss me off.
Yeah,
I made that word. Fucking hell, what's a stretch? But all right, cool. Let's call it a night because Matty's gonna beat us up.
Yes.
All right, thank you everyone for coming through. Davey, have a good one, my guy. Have a good sleep as well.
And always, you too, my man.
Thank you, my bro. Peace, everyone. Peace, Davey.
Peace, Remy.